Hey guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly, what am I going to be? Your friendly soul master today, because today we are going to be returning to a game we played quite a bit on and off on the channel, and that is one of Cubicle 7's Warhammer RPGs. It's their Warhammer Age of Sigmar RPG, Soulbound. And with me today are the stars of today's session. This is one of our player pick sessions that we are playing this year. And this was Dave who made the selection to play Soulbound today. So I'll go the order. We have got you guys on the screen here. Much else who you are and who you're playing. First up, we've got Dave.
Hey everyone, I'm Dave. I'm your resident armorsmith and tradesman, and I am playing Callus Skyhelm. Who is, help me out, Kev, is Stormcast Eternal?
Stormcast Eternal, yep.
Knight
more
Incanter?
pejoratively called a Sigmarine sometimes.
Sigmarine, oh, I like it. Knight Incanter, so.
Very nice.
Some martial spellcasting mix.
You got it. Next up is Colin, a.k.a. Spike Pit.
Hello, I am playing Yorick Blackbeard, a Dwarden Doomseeker, axe-wielding Doomseeker.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least is Sean.
Hello, I'm playing Reginald Gullivan, or should I say His Majesty Reginald Gullivan. He is an abhorrent ghoul, but don't worry about that. He is a looker, and he is looking to reestablish himself in his rightful place. He's a, how would you describe him? Like, I mean, other than abhorrent ghoul, what's more words to use, Kevin, to describe his, like his status, his ghoulish?
So ghouls, the ghouls in the Age of Sigmar come in a variety of manifestations. This particular type of abhorrent ghoul has a unique delusion to their status that allows them, well, they view their reality as being a regal and beautiful and sumptuous, noble existence. If they look in a mirror, they see a someone who would pass for one of the upper crust in the empire of the old world, the world that is long gone before the end times. They view their kingdoms and their conduct within it in similar veins. They ride horrific undead creatures into battle thinking they are noble destriers, but in reality, they are flesh-eating monsters. But that delusion is a core part of the thing, and I mentioned this to the guys before. There's a channel called Pancreas No Work that has some great lore videos on Warhammer Fantasy, Age of Sigmar, and 40k. And he posted one about the abhorrent ghouls. That's the reason Sean's playing one today, is because I was like, these guys sound fantastic. Like, that sounds like a great and interesting character. And Sean does enjoy playing kind of kooky characters sometimes, so it did feel
kooky, easy,
firmly in your wheelhouse.
You said kooky wrong.
So, one of the things we're doing for today, for the purpose of today, rules is written, characters who come from different, like, power sources. Like, they're in the mortal realms, there are different power sources. There's order, there is destruction, there is chaos, there is death. If you are from rival factions, you can't be part of the same soul bounding. For today, we're ignoring that. We're assuming that Sigmar has created some kind of soul bound between Jorik and Reginald. Stormcast Eternals can never be part of a soul bounding because their soul is already spoken for. And the reason we're doing that is because it gives access to a specific narrative metacurrency that is part of the game called Soulfire. Each of the different, kind of factions, you can create characters using source books from destruction, from death, from chaos, but each of those has their own thing. For the purpose of today, we're going to ignore the fact that that normally doesn't work, but there are endless possibilities in the mortal realms, and so we have, this just happens to be a unique bonding. Now, as context for today's session, one of the things that we have talked about before we went live is one of the conceits we've been adopting in some of our Marvel pickup games. We play a fair bit of Marvel multiverse role-playing on here. And what we do for those pickups is we assume it's going to be like when we were kids and picking up an issue that was of a comic series that may be in the middle of a story. And there would always be a little summary at the start. If it was a Marvel comic, it would probably be something, in my case, that was dictated by Jim Shooter, who his maxim was that any given comic could be anyone's first comic, and so you should have a little summary at the start of it. We're doing that for this. We're picking up as if their story has been happening thus far to see what's going to be happening today. So that is the framing. That's why we're going to do a little bit of expo dump to start this session. Now, the way this story started, guys, was with a stolen knife and a mugging gone wrong. Let me introduce you to one of the cities in the Mortal Realms. This is Brightspear. Brightspear is located on, or in the realm of Akshi, which is the realm of fire. And, we're having the problem again. Let me see here. There's a problem sometimes with these sheets where the bars don't update properly. Can you guys see your bars whatsoever? No. You see, or your names for that. Oh, you know why? Hold up. There's another thing that happens with these is when you're a dumbass and you put the tokens on the map layer, that also can be a problem. Let me see if I can fix.
There we go. Got the name. Okay. Actually, we got the bars. No, we don't have, but we don't. It doesn't show the bars at the bottom. No.
Okay, names are on. What it probably, yeah, it's because it won't show the baseline of them. What you can do is you can go in and put the like the maximum. This doesn't update back to the sheet. Oh, you know, I'll try one thing here. Let me try something. Default token, save changes. Let me see if this fixes it, because we've always had this issue with Soulbound. Okay, this is Brightspear. Brightspear is located in a part of actually known as the Great Parch, or rather just the Parch. This is the Parch. The Mortal Realms are you can think of each of the realms as being sources of specific kind of fundamental power. It's the winds of magic that were present in the old world. They are instead actual realms in this. Actually, it was the wind of fire before. It is the realm of fire here. And the deeper you get into the realm, the more you're getting to sort of the fundamental source of it. But the further you get into the narrows or the shallows of those realms, you will find places where people can exist and live. And the Parch is one such place. Here is Brightspear. The name for the setting, Age of Sigmar, if you're not familiar, comes from it being the end of the Age of Chaos and the beginning of the Age of Sigmar, where Sigmar is, along with his forces and his allies, are trying to reclaim the mortal realms from the forces of chaos that have run roughshod over it for years and years and years. Brightspear was a bit of a unique place. This is the map of Brightspear here, guys. And you can see sort of the vertical quality to it. One of the things that's interesting about Brightspear is there is a separate set of cities, tiers between the two. You can actually see that pretty clearly in here. See how there is one city that is perched atop a whole other one beneath that. In addition to that, this was founded by foul sorcerers, but it has since been reclaimed. But one of the things that those foul sorcerers were able to do is construct a very unique kind of transportation network. One of the ways that you travel through the mortal realms, particularly if you want to travel from one realm to another, is through something called a realm gate. Realm gates can be as varied in their construction and their appearance and their function as the realms themselves. Some you can simply walk through as if it was a gate. Some you have to speak a certain word. Some you have to carry certain things. Some you need to be there on a specific day. It is extraordinarily rare for them to go to more than one realm. But one of the unique things about the realm gate in Brightspear is you can set it to open to any of the realms. It means from here you can travel almost any to any other realm. So, unsurprisingly, there is a great strategic value to holding Brightspear. It is also a important defensive point because Azir is effectively the realm of light where Sigmar resides. There's a number of what they call elves in this who also reside there. You do not want the forces of chaos to gain access to a gate that can be quite easily thrown open to gain access to Azir. This is where your investigation began, Kalis. Now, obviously, a simple back alley mugging would be beneath your interest. There is something you are, as part of your role as a knight incanter, you're a bit of a, not quite a witch hunter, but something similar. When there is forces like that, you are in a unique position to be able to respond to that. And that is, Brightspear, for lack of a better phrase, has been your beat, as it were. The thing that was interesting about this is the first time the mugging occurred, a person was pretty grievously injured. But instead of having a gaping wound from that knife, they ended up with a horrific mutation. A gash across their stomach became a tooth-filled maw, as if the dagger itself caused this thing to transform. A second time, this terrible creature of chaos was suddenly running rampant in part of the lower city. And after you conducted your investigation, it seems someone matching the description of the mugger from that first thing killed somebody with that knife. This carried on for some time before you were able to put a name to this. Armand Bach was the name of the thief. And after a very dangerous pursuit where he kept randomly killing people to transform them into chaos beasts, their bodies seemingly transformed by the presence of this strange dagger, you finally managed to capture him, but at great loss of life and great disruption of Brightspear. In the mortal realms, each of the realms has at least one kind of signature material, something that is used to create things that you would from metal or from stone. So you can create weapons or constructions or whatnot, and each of those realm stones, they carry the qualities of whatever realm they are from. This dagger held qualities similar to it, but it is unlike any realm stone of which you've ever heard. Unfortunately, Armand Bach could not tell you who constructed it. He could only tell you that he stole it from a smuggler located in Brightspear. It took you time and a great chase across the parch to find this smuggler, because as soon as those creatures started showing up, they retreated to another location. But over time, you were able to find him, a smuggler named Veldikir. You were able to take Veldikir alive but only after facing many more similar chaos mutations, because he had a warehouse full of weapons made from this material. And that meant everyone that they cut down would be transformed, whether they lived and their horrific wounds transformed into even more horrific mutations, or they died and their entire body transformed into chaos.
It doesn't look like black ice, though, right?
Does not look like black ice, no. It does have a darker, greasy, grayish quality to it. But you have not been able to, or at least from identifying it, you've not been able to tell. In his records, there was another name. Well, a couple of names. Those names included reference to seemingly an ally of Veldikir named Angarast. And the way that he referenced Angarast was that he was supplying an army. There was also a reference to someone named Zadot Blackfired. And you know the Blackfired name is a well-respected name among the Fire Seekers. The Fire Slayers, forgive me. The dwarves from the old world, the Dwarden have largely split into kind of three different groups. There's sort of Dwarden who carry on kind of similar to what they did in the old world. Beer is a big thing among them, for instance. There's also some who have kind of leaned into the technological growth and taken to the air as the Caradron overlords. And then there are some who mine up the blood of one of their dead gods, forge it into gold, and then fuse those with their bodies. Those are the Fire Slayers. And the name Blackfire tells you that it was a Fire Slayer enclave. Unfortunately, when you followed up on where Zadot lived, this is where we bring Jorik in. The Blackfired community where Zadot lived was annihilated, down to nearly the very last Dwarden, except for one. Zadot threw his lot in with Angarast, and the entire community was slain using those horrific weapons of that unknown realm stone. Jorik, what did you do before taking the Doom Slayer's oath? What was your role in that community?
I think Yorick was well, he's got. So how long ago was it?
This would have happened about a little more than a year ago.
Okay, so he was already very competent as a warrior and stuff.
As a Fire Slayer, you sort of naturally fall into those things. The Doomslayer Oath would be something you have taken to kind of, meet your doom in a suitable way. As
so you don't become a Fire Slayer taking the oath. You're a Fire Slayer before you take the oath. No,
you're a Fire Slayer beforehand, because there's Fire Slayers who can be priests or wizards or crafters or berserkers or whatnot. The Doomslayer Oath, you've taken a very specific, it's called the, let's see here. Here we go. The Barazak Doom.
Oh, yeah.
The Barazak Doom is the Doom Oath. You will die. Your gold runes blazing.
Well, I reckon he was. maybe some kind of, I don't know, like a half guard type of guy, like what'd that be in what are them guys in like Norse and Anglo-Saxon historical kind of what are they?
You mean like a skald?
No, like one of the chosen fellas who is a competent warrior that kind of hangs around with the nobility, like sort of like a bodyguard-ish.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What are they now? I forget what they call them now.
Okay, so you were like a bodyguard to one of the leaders of the community.
Like a Varangian.
Yojimbo comes to mind, or the Japanese term for it. Yojimbo.
It's a Varangian guard for the.
There you go.
Emperor of the Byzantines.
Yeah, the Scandinavian.
Or like I guess like a Praetorian or something like that in a Roman sort of.
Yeah. So, why did you not die with everybody? Were you somewhere you shouldn't have been? Were you drunk? Were you just cut off from everyone?
Yeah, I reckon it was some kind of physical obstruction that disallowed him from being able to do what he was supposed to do. So now he is kind of racked with the guilt of not being on the scene when he was maybe potentially most required.
Yeah.
So he's got this. Well, his life's not worth living. Well, his life is forfeit basically because, you know, he swore an oath to defend, you know, his people and even though it wasn't his fault necessarily, he was unable to best the obstruction, and now he's got to live with that. And
so I'm going to suggest that it was Zadot who betrayed you. He tricked you into going somewhere.
Yeah. So maybe he had me restrained in some way. He put me out of the action.
And this is what Zadot looked like when you last saw him. Zadot was the most gifted craftsman and forger of Urgold among any of your people, arguably like a generational genius among the Fire Slayers in general. But it appears that he was whispering to someone else. Oh yeah, did Zadot try and recruit you?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he was quite a persuasive type of character. But I always had my suspicions. I feel like Yorick is a very level-headed guy.
Yeah.
And he is suspicious of the easy way, you know.
Yeah.
Zadot seemed to rise to power, and he seemed uncannily gain his skills, and Yorick was always skeptical, and
I think that's it. You always had maybe a lingering suspicion about the nature of it. He's like, when you've asked about his apparatus, he's been like, "Oh, it's not important. You would not know. Don't worry, you've got your importance. Come, favored nephew." And it's when you escaped, when you finished slaying the horrifically mutilated versions of your kinfolk who survived in their awful, ruinous forms, all of Zadot's work was gone. The name of the warlord and the marking of the band that was there, Angrast, a champion of the other members. And Zadot seems to have left something behind to taunt you, or perhaps as an open invitation, and that is some of his ironbound journal, where he whispered to you that if you seek redemption, that it can be offered by the Eater of Tones. That is who has been whispering to him. Kalis, your investigation into this eventually led you to the sole surviving member of the Blackfired community. What state did she find Jorik in when she found him? And you could say there's as much time between the two. It could have been 8 months. It could have been weeks. What do you think, Jorik?
I feel like probably a fairly long spell of time.
Okay. So Jorik has been pursuing his doom for more than a year. What was the meeting between the two like? Kalis pursuing the artificer and the interest of... You cannot find anything about Angrast apart from this Zadot. Sorry, Dave, I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
No, I was just thinking, we both had our axes to grind individually, and without knowing that it was Zadot who necessarily was responsible for the Blackbeard devastation. But I think once she... do I know who committed the crime against me?
That has not happened quite yet.
Oh, okay.
That has happened very recently.
Okay. So I think she's not apologetic, but she's empathetic to, York's plight, and but she still has this mission to accomplish, this mystery to solve.
Yeah, and what was her interest? If it was stolen from this, the mugger, Armin Bach, he just happened upon this knife and stole it, and that's what led to it being unveiled. They seem to have had some plot relating to Bright Spear and involving these horrific weapons.
Yeah. And Angrast is the one trying to supply the army?
Angrast is the army. Zadot seems to be the forger of this. But if you meet with Jorik, you would find Zadot. He seems to be listening to the instructions of some other master, the Eater of Tomes. Jorik, how do you think you would have received Kalis, knowing that there is a wider web that is being spread beyond just Zadot betraying your folk?
I think Yorick would be most respectful of any kind of character that's got the. These what are they again? Like
Stormcast Eternals.
These Stormcast Eternals are pretty imposing, and
they've been remade by a god to be his specific agents of order in the mortal realms. And Kalis is in addition to being this incredibly impressive physical specimen, also is a gifted arcane wizard.
Yeah, I feel he's gonna be pretty much in awe as much as he gets in awe of anything, I guess. If he's gonna be in awe of something, he's gonna be in awe of some character like Kalis. He's going to be very careful about what he says, and he's not going to. He's going to be most respectful and helpful as required, and interested and perhaps intrigued. Maybe not seen too many of these characters up close and personal. So.
Ease of putting a face to a name, Angrast.
Ooh, yeah.
Trouble.
Yeah.
So what followed you two meeting? Kalis, do you think there's anything you asked of Jorik when you finally found that there was this connection? He may have been able to share whatever he is willing to share about Zadot being a master craftsman. Gold is not necessarily Rome stone, but it is a phenomenally potent magical substance, maybe very much like whatever these weapons are made of.
Yeah, and I'm wondering does York have any knowledge of the material, or?
Well, I mean, he's got these runes. Kind of, I don't know quite how to get them onto their skin. This stuff, but he's got these Gold runes on him. I think he's even in possession of a small amount of Gold in his.
In his supplies.
Yeah, in his supplies. So if it was something you was looking to learn more about it, I mean, I would be able to show you, maybe a little bit warily.
Did she have a dagger on? Did have the dagger on her, or
what do you think? Knowing the danger of using it, would you kept it with you?
I think she would have it wrapped or boxed in something that, like when she pulls it out, people are like, "Oh, you're taking this many precautions." She's like, "Yeah, you got to understand the danger behind this."
Yeah, and you'd probably be able to cast some kind of warding magic or stuff
of some kind, or
sure. So the metal that you see, if she showed it to you, Jorik, it isn't the same. You'll notice in Zadot's illustration, if they were gold at one point, they are not that any longer. They are not what the dagger is made out of, but you remember seeing samples of a completely unfamiliar material that looks exactly like the dagger.
So that's that green stuff, yeah?
No, the green stuff is something different. He's done something to his gold things, but it's probably corruption. The Gold is the blood of one of the Dwarden gods.
Yeah.
He has done something to warp them. When they are connected to the gods, it glows like superheated ore.
Yeah,
his
not green.
Had that baleful, sickly green.
Dark. The dagger is dark and greasy looking.
Yeah, so while the Gold on Zadot has been changed, and it was not changed into the stuff, you remember seeing in his, amongst the shit he was trying to hide from you, he had several substances in there that you weren't familiar with. You're not a smith.
No.
But you definitely remember this sickly, grayish stone or metal in there, exactly like this dagger.
All right. Well, I'll say, yeah. Okay, we've got the dagger out, at this point.
Yeah, she's got this box that's.
I'll say my uncle Zadot, in his workshop and he's at the forge, I see a substance very like this. In fact, I would say the exact same. It's not gold. It's some corruption,
some chaos spawn dagger or something. I'm not sure what it is yet, but even a cut across someone's belly turned it into some gaping maw with teeth instead of a bleeding wound.
Well, the look, Jorik, the way she's described it, like we would have a flash of you facing something the size of a barn, you screaming and going in with your axes. He knows well precisely what you're talking about.
Yeah. He just like crumples up his face and shakes his head in disgust, like.
So how well did you know Zadot, this uncle of yours? Did he bring you into his confidence and tell you his plans?
He would have. He would have. I believe that was his plan. His plan was to get me on side, but my instincts deep down, I knew it wasn't right. My father and my kin taught me well, and I knew right from wrong, and he become twisted. Something had got into his mind. He turned away from the true path.
You share his writings with Kalis.
Yeah. So,
and not necessarily at the same time. Like you guys, I'm assuming you're spending some time together, traveling and trying to track down Zadot.
She'll put the dagger away in a box.
So what you would have found, Kalis, the writings definitely slant towards what you would know as like Tzeentchian magic, one of the ruinous powers. But there is also elements of other things like Kornite worship.
Oh.
There is, in the time of chaos, the belief between the different chaos powers got very muddled in some cases, and some people just have sort of a unified, devotion to chaos, which leads them to offer up, offerings to many of them. The destruction of Jorik's kin, Horn's maxim is blood for the blood god, and skulls for the skull throne. If he is a worshiper of chaos unified, then he could be drawing from all sorts of crazy shit to try and offer up rewards and get rewards for them. It would also explain why a savage like Angrast may work with a wizard or alchemist like Zadot.
But to what purpose, though? To cause disruption here in the city? Or
in departure? That's what was the next 6 months of investigation. You guys grew to know each other quite well and to trust each other. Jorik was unflagging in his efforts to try and defeat the enemies, those who were allied with Angrast and with Zadot. And Kalis, you've continued to use your magics to protect him, to augment him, and to pursue this.
That was issues 5 through 9.
Exactly. And issue 10 is when tragedy struck. But opportunity also came knocking. Tragedy struck when you came across Zadot and Jorik, whether it was your years of experience with him, a second's hesitation led to him cutting down Kalis. She died. But before he could cry and crow in his triumph, lightning struck, and Sigmar reclaimed and then reforged Kalis. You were forced to either choose to die here or retreat and fight again, and I'm assuming you settled on the latter, but only because you were able to steal yet more information from him. When someone is reforged, there are all sorts of things that can potentially go wrong. So, Kalis, you may have come back looking, sounding, thinking, acting precisely as you did before, or you may be an utterly new person. When you create a Stormcast Eternal character from whole cloth, you check to see how many times you've been reforged. Mm-hmm. Because the more times, the harder it is to maintain that kind of... There's more that's lost with each copy. But Kalis, I'm assuming you have created some way of persisting your investigations. I'm assuming it's not the first time you've been reforged. and that you've had to adapt a quality. It's certainly not something you work towards. Do you remember dying this time?
Yes.
And perhaps, Jorik, like at the dramatic moment when she died and when you were going to face her, you flash back to a time, the two of you sitting around a campfire on the road, you know, in the parch, all on your own, talking about doom. You were talking about what would happen when you die and what the nature of your oath. And perhaps Kayla shared that when she dies, Sigmar is not yet done. Her task is not yet fulfilled until she is discharged. And until he releases her, she will come back again and again and again. And that may have been the thing that was the deciding factor for you to steal this.
Each time a little more angry.
The information you uncovered was relating to an old ally, yet another ally of the Eater of Tomes. And that was someone known as Xaratas the Tyrant. Now, in investigating this task, who this person was, what they may have, the interest they may have, there was also an unusual reference to something called finding the forge using something called a Heartseeker ring. You did not necessarily know what that was at first glance. What you found, Xaratas was an ancient Osiarch lord. The Osiarch are creations of the power of death. Let me show you what an Osiarch looks like here. Where is it? Yeah, here you go.
Power of death.
The Osiarch Bone Lords use bones, whether from living or from dead things, to fabricate everything in their existence. Everything is made of bone. Their buildings, their roads, their mounts, their armor, their weaponry, their siege engines. Everything is crafted from this. And they don't care if the tithe that is paid in bones comes from living or dead things. So when they march up to your community and demand their tithe in bone, they care not if you're casting out people to do that or if everyone is going to give up their right shin. The tithe in bones must be paid if they are your lords. He was a fantastic conqueror. There was but one fallen king who successfully stood against him until his ultimate demise. That was King Reginald Gullivin. And what you heard is he was not a rival Osiarch. He was an abhorrent ghoul. He knew Xaratas's stronghold from top to bottom because he was held there and tortured by him for centuries. What you also find, a Heartseeker ring is a unique fabrication of death magic. It is called a Heartseeker because they always come in pairs. And when you have one of the Heartseekers, you always know where the other one is. And the Heartseeker was referenced in what you took, Jorik, as the way to find the forge. Whatever is creating these things, the Heartseeker ring of Xaratas the Conqueror is one of the ways to find it. Xaratas, I mentioned, he may have triumphed against King Reginald, but there was a free guild army roughly 80 years ago that was put together, led by someone named Captain General Ada Kharkov. His stronghold, Xaratas' stronghold, was located in a narrow or shallow realm adjoining Shyish, the realm of death. In a place called the Carrowwood, the Free Guild army marched on Xaratas' stronghold, and they fought for years. The mists of the Carrowwood kept the attackers safe. The strength of the walls of his stronghold prevented them from succeeding. And so at the end, Kharkov saw that neither side could win, and so she decided to win by losing. And she ordered the dispensing of Axian fire. The attacking army and Xaratas' army were all burned to utter destruction. To the point, Xaratas' stronghold is now referred to colloquially as the Ashen Necropolis. The ultimate fate of Xaratas is unknown, but it's known he did not escape. Whether he still lives within there, somehow animated by his magics, whether his body still exists in there, is unknown. But if anyone would be able to assist you in safely navigating your way through there, it is King Reginald Gullivan, who is said to live in exile among the dead in Colgart, a city that is open to trade in the realm of death. And that is where you'll be traveling.
Cool.
Any questions, guys?
I'm in Colgard, is that what you said?
Colgart. Yeah, I'll put that in chat for you. Let me just get, did I remember to set it up? Oh, I did. Good job. Madison.
And that's a city, it's a city, right?
It's a city of trade. Yeah, I can show you. Let's see here. Here would be the entrance to Colgart. Reginald, in the intervening centuries, living in exile in Colgart, tell us what your life has become.
I think he's not gonna be. He's clearly not gonna be able to. He hasn't been able to let go of his bitterness. I think he plots his revenge, which is complicated since his rival has been already dispatched. But the outrage against possibly one of the greatest kings of this age himself,
Or any.
Well noted. It's just too much, it's too outrageous. And so he seeks justice, which is complicated. And so he has schemes upon schemes, or, bitterness upon bitterness. And
how did he find, or how did the news of Xaratas's destruction 80 years ago, how did it find Reginald?
Now, was Reginald at the time, was he in his dungeons though?
No, you escaped.
Oh, I see.
Seemingly no one, I mean, they are the Osiarch Bone Lords, so they're dead, but seemingly no one survived in the sense of remained intact from the destruction of it.
Gotcha. Gosh, how did I find out?
How did you find out? What I'm asking is, like, when you heard the news that Xaratas, the Conqueror, your former captor, the one responsible for the destruction of your lands, when you heard he was dead.
I think it was, complicated. It's strange. It was a strange, strangely mixed, because you'd think on the very face of it, that it'd be a source of rejoicing, but the bitterness was so deep, like it went way beyond that the revenge had to be his, and now that's been snatched from him. This because he has no kingdom, so he was all about the purpose of revenge, and now even that has been taken from him. It might have been one thing if that meant the restoration of his kingdom. If that was the case, maybe it'd be different, but that's not the case. So his very purpose of life is gone. And so, the bitterness built upon bitterness. And so he seeks revenge, a very complicated revenge, since it's not really available. So I think he has a series of what he considers minions in what's the city called again?
I said I was going to put it in chat, and then I didn't do it. Madison, you're a liar.
Colgart. He has like a continuing as an extrapolation of his misunderstandings of himself, extrapolates to his followers. So I think he's, whether they're actually followers or not, he's got some people around him, and he views them as his, as his coterie, some rabble, some, whatever. And that he actually is pretty impressive compared to them. And so, he kind of, he sort of rules over his tiny alley dominion. And
do you have you made any effort to kind of keep tabs on the depths of the Carrow Wood where he's located? It's probably like, this is not like adjacent to you. It would be a relatively distant place to travel to within Shyish. But do you still trying to keep tabs on Xaratas, or have you, like, when you heard that he was destroyed, you've put that out of your mind, other than to fester on the vengeance?
Well, I think he does hear about it, and it's because he had every possible tentacle out prior. Not because of now. Now he's way too busy ruling over his alley of followers. But before, he had to know everything because he was plotting his revenge, and those still come back to him. Like, that he had put that out so firmly, so intricately, that it still feeds back, from his plans before.
There have been two developments that have been of interest for King Reginald in the last. It's taking a fair bit of restraint to not call you King Reggie.
I just like the king part. I was about to say I appreciate the
for the first thing you have heard is that there are agents of the living who seem to be moving among the still burning eaves of the Carrow Wood. And that has been in the last few months. The Carrow Wood is, of course, where the Ashen Necropolis is located. So you have not yet found any further information about that, but that is one thing of note. It is also unclear whether those things of the living are aligned with destruction, with chaos, or with order. The second thing of interest, there is a unique type of character you can play in this who is like a realms merchant. The whole thing of their thing is you traveling around setting up trade routes among different realms and things like that. It's a very fucking cool character type, and it is one such character. Colgart is unique in that it is intended to be kind of a trade destination. That does not mean that anything living or anything aligned with order or destruction or chaos is welcome here. But if you're careful and you know people, a clever merchant can gain access to unique goods in Colgart that cannot be found anywhere else in any of the mortal realms. And it is one of those merchants that approached you because it appears two of the living wish to speak to you. Now, of course, you are among the living as well, Reginald. We know this. But it seems like you've made your home in whatever you view Colgart is.
Oh, more than a home. I mean, it is a realm in waiting.
Yeah.
I would think.
Reginald actually lives in a sewer, surrounded by half-eaten rats.
In alley, sir. In alley, if you will.
There we are. Yes. Kalis and Jorik, knowing the current state of King Reginald and knowing where you'll be traveling, you've got a contact with this merchant to bring you into contact with King Reginald. Try and learn more of the Ashen Necropolis, and could you even gain access to it? Use him to help you get in? I don't know. How would you choose to travel to Colgart, to the depths of a city of the dead? Would you disguise yourself? If so, how? Would you just hide within caravans and otherwise interact with people in your normal form? You need to look at your power. If this is a very high magic setting, so like it would be a simple matter of like a ring that you would each wear that would disguise you as something.
Yeah, I just don't know if...
Do you need to be disguised?
Sigmar has reforged me. I don't know if I can blemish myself by not showing my full glory everywhere I go.
I mean, you're not lawful stupid, though. And, like, if you travel openly as an agent of... There is no more obvious source of order than a Sigmarine, than a Stormcast Eternal. Yeah. If you go here, you'll probably fucking die again. At least if you go there without taking steps to try and conceal who you are. So...
I think it's difficult to get myself to do it, but at one point I just like, okay, we can't... I don't want to be like a beacon of light that shines, showing off our position every second step.
Yeah, it's sort of, I imagine in, like, these are challenges that other Stormcast Eternals may not have to deal with, right? Because of the nature of your vocation. It's not simply a matter of you're using your magic to raise the bodies of foes the way that others might do. You actually have to think of the greater goal and the greater achievement, right?
Yes.
So it is a heavy burden. What about Jorik? How does he feel?
I think he's... I think him and Kalis, perhaps they talk about this. I don't take kindly to this skulking about. But I'll say Kalis probably is the one that talks him around and says, well, whatever. We if we go down there like Boulder's Brass, we're just going to get... We're going to cause too much of a stir, and Yorick as well. You understand all this. I mean, I'm happy to go along with whatever Kalis suggests. Not begrudgingly, but reluctantly, because he's not an underhanded sort of guy. Yeah. I don't get the subtle vibe from the guy, with the hair and the lighting up runes and stuff. It's, undercover is not his MO. Really.
And it's not to say that everyone is like a capable adversary. One of the things that I think is so interesting about the setting is that, like, there's millions, if not billions, of people who are just trying to get about their lives, but they happen to live in a place suffused with the power of death, or the power of fire, or the power of life and plants. So, this is a sprawling metropolis you'll be moving through with all sorts of folks, dead and living, as well as people traveling from other realms. The only one who is like a real... the Blackfire, the Fire Slayers are mercenaries in a big way. So, like, you could easily go uncovered and be like the bodyguard for the merchant. That wouldn't draw so much attention. You're not obviously an agent of order. A Sigmarine. Very much is, obviously.
Oh well, so there's a good opportunity then for if I go full fire guy, I could perhaps create a little bit of a diversion, taking the eyes off of my more subdued colleague there. And perhaps play that up a little bit to cause a distraction.
If we didn't need to find this Reginald so strongly, then yes, I agree.
I think you could assume you've exhausted every possible alternative to find more about this Xaratas fella, and there isn't anyone who would, from your research has uncovered, there's nobody who would know the Ashen Necropolis better than King Reginald.
And someone who's been there or who had spent a long time there?
Precisely.
And found their way out?
Yeah. And survived past the death of their captor as well. So, yes. Reginald, when you were approached by this merchant who wished to introduce you to some how would you guys have presented it? Did you tell Reginald you want to talk to him about Xaratas the Conqueror or Xaratas the Tyrant? Or would you wait and say simply you wish to draw on his experience or have an audience before him?
Do we know much about Reginald outside of his experience?
I think it's safe to assume that if he calls himself a king, he probably was at some kind of ruler at some point. You also would know what abhorrent ghouls are. So I think that you in particular, Caleb, because you're quite knowledgeable in lore, you would be able to gauge how best to approach him, because knowing what he may think of himself.
Yes, I think we're going to want to play on his ego and his madness in such a way that, we beseech his knowledge and wisdom of the Ashen Fortress, and hope that he has time for us and is able to grace us with a few moments away from court to bless us with his stories.
We'll turn up the obsequious to 11 on the...
Yeah. So, Reginald, it appears there are some among the living who wish to have an audience with you.
It doesn't surprise me. There are those who periodically seek my audience. It's part of my entire life, and I tell him that on whatever the days on the corresponding day in Soulbound to Wednesday, I take audiences with those I don't know.
It's actually an interesting question. What you see Aegir in any other realm, what is moving across the sky is the realm of Aegir.
That's handy.
The heavens.
So, I say I'm happy to see them at the
appointed hour. In Shayesh, you could the miasma of death would be holding over, so it'd be this pale kind of thing in the sky. But yes, it appears that the king will see you. Where? Let me ask you this in two ways. First, King Reginald, what do you see your throne room or wherever else you will be conducting your audience? You know that you were a king in exile, so it's not necessarily like a throne room, but what do you view the audience being like, and what do the others see?
So there's an alley that looks very pedestrian, and is a bit trashy at the front of it. But if you keep going and it veers a little, it opens up, which is sort of an unknown. And so I took this because it was sort of I kicked out the few that possibly killed them, that interloping
and
on
ate them.
And ate them. Yeah. I didn't want to get into the details, but and so it opens up nicely, and so I see it as obviously beneath my status, but there's I think there's it's comfortable. It's got the place for my inner circle. It has a place for the audience. It has a guard, a guard booth, a guard station, and it has the
whatever Reginald thinks it is. It's a fucking rat.
Yeah,
like an undead rat that happens to be sniffing around in there.
Right. Maybe a beggar. Something in there. Something that's hoping to get a scrap.
That's funny because I had written that while he was talking, and as soon as you said rat, I'm just like, I'll hit enter now.
And a place for musicians and that kind of thing, which who knows what that is. But so he's he realizes this isn't the palace he had, but it's comfortable.
Yeah.
But being in exile, it's appropriate.
Now
it's got huge unrealized potential, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Really? It does.
Would each of you give us a 2d6 roll, please?
All three of us?
Yeah, everybody.
Good.
Okay. So, Jorik, as you were making your way down towards this alleyway, you would pass one of the market stalls, and what you see is a tattoo artist who offers to help so they can identify your body after death. Come, Duarden. We will mark you so that they will find your body after death, even if it moves. Kalis, you pass a greasy stall that is selling whale fat candles. And Reginald, you rolled for what encounter we have. Ooh. As you make your way down towards her, you hear the smashing of tile coming down. And looking up, Kalis, what you can see is that, as in the illustration here, the air is full of terrorgeists. It seems that there are multiple levels to this. Hey, Kev, what's a terrorgeist? Give me a sec here.
Let's get a handout for that.
Heck, yeah.
Oh, pretty little. Oh, Andrew would have loved that.
Yeah. And they are filling the skies. It appears as if there are platforms for them to land and whatnot. So there is, this is a very vertical city, in addition to being sprawled out around. And then you make your way into King Reginald's court. What happens next, guys? And just to put a point on it too, King Reginald, these two individuals seeking out your attention is separate from the living who are making their way in the Carrow Wood near the Ashen Necropolis.
I think Yorick goes slightly ahead of Kalis and goes in. He's just like checking out that everything's okay before he gives the nod for Kalis to follow in. He kind of, make sure there's no undesirables lurking about. Or,
I mean, there's plenty of undesirables, but they're just not threatening undesirables. They're
yeah. There's several corpses in here, heavily chewed on, that have some crude instruments or things in the shape of instruments in them. So, Kalis, you are waved in. I think you would also understand that because of the nature of his delusion, he's unlikely to see you as you are. So if you wish to appear as yourself before him, as opposed to your disguise, you need not risk an immediate reaction.
Yeah, I think she's worried more about other eyes, though, so she'll
fair enough.
Keep the hood up and...
So
we seek your guidance, King Reginald.
How do you guys appear then? How would what would you look like? What would he see?
Wearing like burlap cloak, something really roughshod, nondescript.
Nondescript.
I'm in a place of the dead. I have to cover my skin.
Yeah, and Yorik's a burly, stout dwarf, loads of red hair and beard and a helm, brandishing a couple of axes. He looks fairly doughty and competent.
The Dwarden would be known to you, Reginald, and the Fire Slayers as well. You'd probably know them as mercenaries. So, Kayla says she's come before you, King.
Yeah.
I look over at perhaps, an emaciated street person and looking for him to announce them. Whatever. Some kind of...
So Reginald turns to a corpse.
Yep.
And then she'll go, Kalis, Skyhelm here to see you. By King.
Step forward.
And you see him in his full glory now, guys.
Yeesh.
That is impressive.
And then I look over at the corpse again, apparently listening. And I turn back. Here
is Kalis, by the by.
Well, I'm not always casting electricity around when I'm trying to talk to people, but yes.
Yeah.
State your business. You would?
We think we have been led to believe that you have a great deal of knowledge and understanding of one necromantic palace. And we were wondering if you would share such information with us as we potentially are traveling there.
What is your purpose?
What are we trying to do? I'm trying to...
You need to find the fate of Xaratas. Xaratas the Tyrant has a Heartseeker ring that'll lead you to the forge.
Yeah. So we're looking for hopefully the remains of Xaratas the Tyrant, and if not his remains, to make him
now
into remains.
Reginald. There is, you can tell us where you have drawn this. But you have this somewhere, whether it's on a canvas, whether it's scrawled on a wall, on the ground, on the back of a corpse. This is your recollection of the
Ashen Necropolis.
I think it is. It's actually, I want to say it's probably pretty ornate because it's carved with a very fine needle into a parchment of skin that I've taken off of a particularly hardy corpse.
Yep. Where's the canvas located? How long has it been since you've looked at your thing, your needlework illustration of the Ashen Necropolis?
I think it's rolled up and stuck in my throne of, it's probably barrels, trash kind of thing. It's stacked up in one side, and I'm sitting next to it, like it's right there in my chair-ish, and I pull it out.
Xaratas seems very rarely far from your thoughts.
And I'll be like using it as a before I roll it, I'll continue the conversation kind of wielding it in the air.
Yeah. What do you say?
Yes, well, not surprisingly, I do have, I believe, the knowledge you seek. Have I heard of Xaratas, Kevin? Do I know?
Xaratas is the tyrant who kept you captive.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I was spelling it different. That's why I looked at it and I thought, wait, what is that?
So yeah, I realized only at like a moment ago. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't put it in chat. Xaratas is the one who cast you down. Xaratas is the one who destroyed your kingdom.
I got it. Yeah. I had a Z or something, so it's funny. I looked right at it. And I'm like, oh, what's that?
This is our joke about, like, I know we all went to high school with the Xaratas really come to life.
So I say, what do you know of Xaratas? Do you tell me he lives?
We do not have such knowledge. I'm under the impression from another that he may or may not have been destroyed in the downfall of his palace. But he wears a ring, one that is very important, one that can point me in the direction that I seek. So I must find Xaratas and his ring and use the Heartseeker ring to find something else.
I think Reginald had sat forward at the mention of his name and now sits and leans back again, disappointed, and says, so you don't know if he's there. You don't know if he lives. Do you know anything of him?
If he lives, he doesn't need to live. I only need the ring.
You would know that he is connected to the Eater of Tones and seemingly connected to, what's his name? Angrast and Zadot. Whatever this conspiracy or cult is, he seems involved with it.
Oh, yes. He is a player in a conspiracy that spans many moons, many lifetimes, it would seem. And with Yorick's uncle, Zadok Blackbeard, and Angrast, formidable warrior, purveyor of dark, greasy weapons. So we wish to stop them, and to get to them, we need to find Xaratas and his ring.
Well, I may just grant your wish. It is possible. I have time of my wielding of, obviously, and I look around.
The jawbone falls off of one of the corpses.
Your growing new kingdom, can it go without its leader for some time? Would you wish to join us on this?
Saying the obvious, I am in exile, and so therefore, I think it could possibly hold together. Particularly since you are going towards something of great interest to me. I would hope you would have more news of Xaratas, but you seek something that I have been thinking of who I've been thinking of for longer than you can imagine.
If they mentioned the Heartseeker ring, you would know precisely what that is, Reginald. It's a fairly common magical thing, and it would know if you needed a way of guiding yourself to a place. It would not be unusual for those among the dead to say, bury their treasures with the Heartseeker ring and have its companion with them so they can always find it once again. That crosses realms as well.
I will make you a proposition. I will help you find him if you will help me slay him, assuming he's not already slayed, which is just outrage. And I start muttering like outrage and what's been taken from me, and I'm a victim. I'm a victim.
I don't imagine he's going to give up his ring living. And so I find that an agreeable choice.
Very good.
York.
Reginald will tell you. Oh, go ahead.
And the corpse must be left to me. You can have the ring, but I do wish to have the corpse.
Certainly. Unless York wants it for something.
No. I don't want his corpse.
Oh, very good.
I thought you were going to tear his heart out of his chest. You did mention that a couple of times.
I want all of it. Heart, brains.
He is an Ossiarch Bone Lord, so it's going to be a lot of bone.
Bone, brains, bone, feet. Bone.
You would know that
connected to
the soul, however, like the Ossiarch and many of the dead, they make use of magics to transfer souls and such into gems or stones and transfer them around. If you want to really affect harm to him, that would be the way to do it with an Ossiarch Bone Lord. Otherwise, unfortunately, there's very little to chew on, as it were.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I say to Callus and York. And I say, very good, a bargain has been struck. And I look at the corpse.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Make note of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hold down the fort while your king is away.
Indeed, as he says.
So we just place this here, guys, and have a quick chat about what we're seeing here.
It's behind the red picture.
There we go. What you all do? Voila.
Oof. This is the map.
What he will tell you is, if you see this, the general locations he's able to speak of, the Caro Wood is what surrounds it. There is the spine gate that leads into the structure itself. Within there are the workshops, a smith's forge, a jeweler's workshop, and the charnel. Bones, working with them, it can be messy work. This are where C1 is located. These are the winding paths, tunnels drilled directly into the structure itself. Very easy to get lost, very easy to be surrounded without being known. Reginald, he knows his way through there.
Obviously, B2 there is the keep on the Borderlands.
Yeah, exactly. C1 is the Volary, which is there. It is connected to the winding tunnels. It is also the domain of the Terrorgeists that he once used. C3 is the Soul Trap Vault. Those Soul Trap gems I mentioned that can conceal the dead. Reginald? King Reginald, you have not mentioned that within there are the majority of your subjects trapped in soul gems. And then finally, the tomb of Xaratas. It may not surprise you to learn that, well, it may surprise you to learn, in fact, that the dead, even the Ossiarch Bone Lords, consider where their ultimate demise is. But one of the things that Nagash, the god of death, will remind, even death can end. So that is the structure. Impassable on the sides. At the time it was living, or you were there, surrounded by patrols of Terrorgeists, and then full of individuals in the workshops and the winding tunnels, all servants to the Bone Lord. But since the fire, it said that no one has stirred from within, and that the place has remained burning after all these years. It's also said that their spirits of the dead still haunt the Carrowwood as well. Those armies were not allowed to rest being this close to the domain of Nagash. So you will need to account for them in your travel here. And there is, of course, those interlopers among the living that Reginald has not mentioned. What do you guys intend to do? I guess first off, any questions you have with respect to the Ashen Necropolis itself?
Should have booked more than one session.
You mentioned interlopers of the living. They cooperate with the dead, or
you don't know. That's the ones that you heard. Remember, there was the two.
Yeah, there's just a rumor that
you heard that there were those among the living who have come near the Ashen Necropolis in the Carrowwood. You kept, as you said, your tentacles out to keep a word for any disturbance or any sign from the Ashen Necropolis. The living seem to be there, and now the living have come to you seeking to go there.
So potentially somebody else poking around.
We'd best be off then.
So I guess the question is, do you travel directly to the Ashen Necropolis? Do you investigate who these other living things are? Or do you seek information from among the dead in the Carrowwood before approaching the Ashen Necropolis? Things to contemplate during our mid-session break, as we're already at the mid-session.
Thank God I drank way too much water.
Okay. For those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Something. Speed. Nothing there.
Hey, unmuted. Hey, everybody in chat. All right. We're having a wonderful weekend. So, travel to the Carrollwood seems inevitable. Where are you going first? I'll point out that while Reginald cannot consume the Osiarch Bone Lords, if there are the living, Reginald is able to consume their memories. He has a spell to do so. Hi, Anna. Anna says hi. Sweetie.
What's up, Anna?
Oof. So what do you guys think? If you are going to go directly to the Ashen Necropolis, what's the plan for approach here?
I mean, if we have a way of researching, or not researching maybe, but asking about of who the living, what rumors are there of the living that are in this necropolis?
Like many other places in the mortal realms, the Carrollwood is infused with the power of death. There will be unquiet spirits you could speak to, who could tell you who the living are, disrupting their peace.
Yeah, that's not a bad call. And now, is that a skill that only Reginald can do because he's part of the death?
No, it's actually like really we would just set it up as a extended test, and you guys would pitch me on how you're going to use your skills and abilities to make use of it. So, like for instance, locating a grove of gallows trees perhaps might be one thing that would require survival or something like that. There may be magic involved in trying to summon them, and then there may be some kind of social thing involved in speaking to them. But really, it's going to be player driven. Like, I'm open to pitches for how you guys think you would approach it.
Different.
I mean, if these guys are living, chances are they might stand out a little bit in an undead forest, kind of a forest of death. So maybe they're not that hard to find if you're looking for them.
I think it's a matter of identifying them, is what King Reginald was thinking, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is that right?
Who it is before we encounter them.
Before we encounter them.
How far away is where we're talking about?
So it'll be several days travel, but fortunately, with someone of your standing, King Reginald,
indeed,
I think you guys could arrange for something akin to a terrorgeist to transport you even faster than traveling overland.
I mean, I have yes, that would be splendid. I was debating on my spell for travel too, but I'm noticing it only lasts for a minute. So
which spell are you thinking?
spectral host summons a host of agonized ethereal spirits, all victims of brutal murder, to convey you against distances quickly.
Yeah, that allows you. I think it's like one zone, isn't it?
It says 1 minute. So maybe it does say one zone, and I don't know.
Does it tell you how far they can make you travel?
It kind of focuses on time.
Okay. I can't remember. Let me take a look at.
I'll put it in.
Let's see how long. Combat, here we go. So combat's about 6 seconds, which means 10 rounds for, which means if you are fast fly speed means I think 2 zones per things, which means like in a minute, that's the kind of spell that could convey you over walls. Like not necessarily all the way up to where the up to here, but like a single casting that I think could probably allow you to get over the walls. It doesn't make you invisible necessarily, but like that's the kind of thing. That's how far it could be. But yeah, it wouldn't last for excuse me, for enough time to travel over land in that way.
Could provide an evacuation too.
Definitely.
In a bad situation.
Yeah.
Not that any such thing will be.
I mean, you've played a role-playing game before, so I think it's not.
Well, I was thinking of Reginald's status. It's just unlikely.
Fair. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? George, Callus?
What do you guys think? Should we get closer, set off, and?
Well, yeah. I think the closer we get, the more likely that we can run into some of these spirits that perhaps you could communicate with.
Yeah.
I mean, we're too far away currently to get intel on the Carolwood Forest, I'm guessing, from...
Not from them directly, no. Unfortunately, Reginald has had to settle he had to settle in a place that would be accommodating to him, and it's not like adjacent to the Carolwood, so it'd be several days worth of travel.
Okay. Yeah, it's not much of an exile if you're just down the road.
Living down this corner of their house. I'm exiled from the Ashen Necropolis, and I'm just sleeping outside the walls.
So, apart from just traveling across the whatever the local region of Shyish is called to reach the Carolwood, anything you guys wish to do during that time? Discuss with each other to plan?
Once we're away from most of the dead, I will abandon my burlap sack cloth and show off my Sigmarite plate and all the glory of my Stormcast Eternalness.
Very nice, very nice.
Now you may behold me as I truly am, King Reginald. And he probably just sees an ordinary person.
Okay,
indeed.
Guys, let me show you what you'll be traveling into.
Creepy place. Creepy place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Daggerball.
Yeah. So, tell us, so what it's going to be is a difficulty 4, 8 success extended test to get this done. If after 1 pass you guys have not found it, then we'll roll for an encounter.
Okay.
So what skills, how do you guys think you would like to approach this?
Well, hopefully one of you has survival, because I'm thinking that might be important. Not that I've ever played a game with Kev before, but...
So things I'm looking here that may be of value, things like Arcana would have a place. I imagine Survival might have a place. Nature might even have a place.
Lore?
Lore,
No.
tell me how you think lore might help.
Just if there's within the lore, there might be landmarks that you might pin yourself. We have to travel east for X number.
Maybe if you did research, sure, I buy that.
I mean, I'm determined. I've got determination.
Yeah.
I'm not about to quit.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Like, determination is usually used as a resistance thing, but like having to keep a careful eye out all the time in such a dismal place is going to be, it's going to require some challenge. What about you, Reginald? You got?
Arcane would be my choice.
Okay.
Yep. Arcana. Yeah.
Who'd like to go first then?
I'll lead it off.
Okay.
So let's get a
Arcana.
roll.
It's a difficulty of 4.
Okay. No modifier, I assume?
No modifiers, no. And that is 4 successes. Nicely done. When Reginald has been giving some thought as to what the ritual is going to be in order to properly summon and properly negotiate with these things. You
Decades of plotting your return apparently has worked out.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Who'd like to go next? You're halfway there now, guys.
I'll give this a shot.
Okay.
Using the research that I had done prior to the trip and learning about the
Difficulty 4, no modifiers. There you are.
Oh, look at that.
So,
Wow.
Jorik, you need not even make your check. Between the two of them, with the research that Kalis has done into the Carrow Wood and this, where do you guys think it is that you finally summon the spirits of the dead? Or ones at least you can converse with?
Probably just out of, like, we can look up and we can see the silhouette of the Ashen Necropolis up in the sky, blocking out the stars.
Well, you're not reaching there yet, right? Like what you've told me you're trying to look for is the identity of the living.
Oh, yeah. Sort of the Carrowwood.
Yeah.
That's not nearby.
Somewhere where humans would have been, like maybe a wrecked way. Yeah, wrecked way station, like just a small hut, or
Sure.
that fallen out of.
What about this? What if you reach a crossroads, and when you stop, Reginald says, "No, this is it. This is the place." You go down and you carve out whatever thing. In your mind, you're working careful, intricate things and whatnot. What you guys are seeing is he's setting down a bunch of like entrails in a specific way, and then what appears is a spectral gallows tree with many spirits hanging from it.
Okay.
Here we go. And I'll take a little munch, off the
Exactly.
Absent-mindedly.
He thanks a non-present servant. Oh, thank you so much. I would canapes. It's actually like the half-desiccated head of an owl. The bodies, while hanging, do not seem in distress, and they seem attentive to you. This visual is stolen completely from Sixth Gun, by the by, so I can save comments from anyone on that. You can all see these things.
Oh, all of us can. Okay.
Yeah. Now that he has invoked it, the dead in Shayesh are very, very much more close to. This is their realm. This is the realm of death. They belong here more so than you do. And they say, King Reginald of the non-kingdom, why you brought living among the Carrow Wood?
A worthy question, my audience. They have joined me in seeking restitution of the outrageous violation of my noble entitlement against the the foul Xaratas.
You seek Xaratas still.
Bill, it just, given the outrageous violation, it might as well have been yesterday.
Kalis and Jork, you may recall, you summoned these things to learn about the living. Reginald seems to be looking to revisit old issues.
I'm getting there. I look at like Yorick's face. I'm getting there, you know.
The dead and the gallows tree say again, why, King?
The living.
What vengeance will you seek among those fallen? Xaratas' empire, the tyrant, has passed, as has your kingdom, says one particularly sassy hanging spirit.
That draws a scowl. I'll say, enough, knave. I'll say, we are seeking one of his prized possessions. And I look at Kalis.
If you seek the ashen necropolis, the fires of his defeat still burn, and the spirits of his vanquishers still linger.
Are there Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Ask them about the other living, if they've noticed us, or perhaps they've noticed the others.
You mentioned spirits, do you not? I seek identification of the living among them. Are there some?
Living, none yet live among those who burn. You bring more living among us. Why?
Because they could be helpful in obtaining Xaratas' prized possession.
One of the sassy ones again. A king reduced to tomb robber. There's a bit of chuckling amongst them.
I'll memorize that one's face.
Okay.
And I'll walk up to it, closer, to give it if I can, a particular scowl.
I mean, you'd be looking up because it's a gallows tree, so you can do that, certainly. You still have yet to find your answer, Kalis. You do not belong among us. Your light of your God King belongs not here. Go back to Aegir, servant of Sigmar. The living have no place here.
I will go to the Ashen Necropolis and find the remains of Xaratas, the tyrant, and there hopefully find the Heartseeker ring that I need.
The sassy one beneath, or that Reginald is beneath right now, says, you are not the only in search of the ring, Sigmar, dog.
Who else seeks it?
A Dewarden. Another.
Similar in facial features, but with different colored hair.
This one does not burn. This one whispers and listens to the secret wind. There's a bit of chuckling amongst them.
What is this secret wind you speak of?
Give us a lore check. Difficulty 4.
Mm-hmm.
Zinch. He's talking about a devotee of Tzeentch.
Devotee of Tzeentch.
So a sorcerer, a chaos sorcerer.
Where spirit? Where are these living?
They've gone up to the necropolis.
They have not. They reconnoiter. They disrupt our lands. They know not the way. And if someone else says, the Carrow Wood is no realm for the living. Its paths are not for living feet. There's a bit of chuckling amongst them as well. Reginald, do you have any points in lore?
Are they lost?
I do not.
Okay. Kayla, so you can give us another lore check if you like. Maybe something he's talking about here.
We need to find Xaratas.
Good enough. What he's talking about is the Carrow Wood, if it is a entity in the same sense as some of these other spirits that are here too, it may be thwarting their way of trying to find it.
You can't get out.
Keeping them here.
Keeping them lost. And or at the least preventing them from reaching wherever they're intending on going.
Will the Carrow Wood impede our progress as well? Or will you allow King Reginald to lead us out? Or will it allow us?
There's a bit of like silence. You can see the spirits are kind of looking and discussing with one another and say, once a king, always a king.
As appropriate.
I'm standing pretty tall.
It's a very proud looking ghoul right now.
Did I make the connection with Tzeentch and my uncle? I'm aware of that.
That's what Kayla's told you when you brought his strange writings and shit like that to her. Okay. That's where you're able to contact. There was some writings about Tzeentch, and there's also some stuff about Khorne, which makes think it's the Chaos United kind of splinter cult or successor cult that developed during the Age of Chaos.
So that could be them.
Chaos United Football Club.
Yeah,
Chaos United.
So yeah, they seem lost. But just because they are, King Reginald has free reign for travel within here, so long as you are with him. There are still burning spirits lurking at the Carrow Wood around the Ashen Necropolis. And then the sassy one says to you once again, Reginald, the Ashen Necropolis stirs, my king.
Well, it will stir more upon my arrival.
It will stir when I get there, I know that.
What causes it to stir? Callus listens to everyone pumping their own tires, and she's like, you're not asking proper questions.
The tyrant.
The tyrant stirs?
His wails grow louder.
He rests not.
The sassy one, he rests uneasy. There's a bit of laughing among some of the spirits.
Perhaps we shall put him to final rest and cease those wails in the necropolis. We best be moving. We only have another hour and a half.
Where would you guys care to go then? To the try and find where the living are, to find and speak to or deal with the spirits, or do you try and sneak into the Ashen Necropolis?
As we depart, I will tell them that I will remember them when I restore my kingdom.
We will be here when it rises. We will be here when it falls. Go in grace, King Reginald.
or get kicked in the.
Is there a path?
You were at a crossroads, so where are you intending on going? I guess your destination is the thing that is ultimately going to be important.
The
North,
necropolis.
So-
Yeah, to
How do you wish to deal with the burning spirits, say, in the surrounding it in the Carrow Wood?
we try to get past them without fighting them.
Yeah, we could sneak, fight, or converse. Let's see.
They don't sound very conversant.
Do they totally encircle it? These burning spirits? Do we know?
What Reginald has uncovered is that, like, when they unleash the fire, it was imagine a incendiary magical bomb that starts at the necropolis and burns its way out.
Yeah.
They killed themselves so as to break the siege and defeat Xaratas.
Yeah. Oh, right. So they're not literally still burning. They're just burning.
Quite possibly.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, because if you guys are curious, if you are traveling that direction, let me show you what the edge of the woods looks like.
Yeah, I mean, we need to get closer, don't we, to kind of decide.
I mean, I guess there's a question of whether these spirits are friend or foe of our quarry.
The Free Guild army was marching against Xaratas to cast down his empire. The last act was to shatter his necropolis. They wasted years trying to put that final nail in his coffin. Give the expression among the dead, but
Yeah.
The third option, King Reginald, is that the spirits are neither friend nor foe, and perhaps will fight regardless.
Are they not like the enemy of our enemy?
It's,
Might be the enemy of all.
it would seem likely. I would say we'd either interact with them or try to sneak by them.
Not so sneaky.
You know, I'm more of a general at the head of an army than I am a sneaking scout, I would say.
Yeah, and sneaking doesn't come up high on my.
Well, let's try to converse with them then. And worst comes to worse, if it doesn't go well with the converse, you can smite some spirits with your axes, hopefully.
Yep.
Anyone very guileless?
I mean, I'm a little guileless from my mother's side, but boo, Madison.
This is a player meeting. Yeah, player meeting. Anyone guileless?
Do you speak Gaelish? Gaelic?
Gaelic, yeah.
I'm just assuming that would be what we'd use. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
Oh, Lord of Dead and Spirits, maybe you should speak first. They're not going to want to talk to the Sigmarite. Just saying.
Possibly not. I don't know if.
Don't worry. If I think things are going poorly, I will smite them with a spell.
You're
I don't know
traveling into the woods then.
Yes, we head into the woods.
Okay. Bear with me a moment. dig. Okay. Hey. So it is strangely both, like, imagine heat coming off of each of those trees that are around you, and yet a chill wind that blows through it that does not seem to ever diminish the burning of the trees. And at times, Jorek and Kalis, you can hear the moans of things within those burning remnants of the trees. You're about 10 minutes within when you can see through the smoke and the miasma of Shyish, almost like St. Elmo's fire, little balls of fire. 4 of them emerge among the woods. You kind of move along in an angle, and you think you can hear low moaning that is not making out any specific words. My mic is cutting all of that out. Whatever's cutting Anna's voice out, it's cutting out any of my creepy, monster sounds too.
That's pretty funny.
Sorry for that. For no reason, guys. Well, let's just head over to a battle, man.
For no reason.
For no reason whatsoever.
For no reason.
As these fire things drift above you. So this, see if it makes the, yep, as soon as I, these fucking sheets, as soon as I bring you over, the bars disappear. Like the bars were there a moment ago, and they're fucking gone.
Weak sauce.
Weak sauce. It's been a persisting problem with this this particular sheet. I mean, to be honest, I don't think, since whoever it's a fan who created this, not the publisher. Whoever created this, I don't think they've touched it since they created it. So it's otherwise pretty good sheet. So this is what you see floating up there as they're getting in closer. Each of these squares is a zone. Your tokens are not set to snap to zone. So you're free to position yourself within them. Anyone within the same zone that you're not in contact with or engaged with is at short range. 1 zone over is medium range. 2 zones over is long range. 3 zone is extreme. These things seem to be slowly forming rough humanoid shapes. And the way that they're moaning is increasing in crescendo towards a infuriated howl. Suggests that they will not allow you to pass peacefully, and they are not interested in conversation. If everyone could click on initiative, please. Let me add a token in here. Boop. Add turn. I think initiative is a set score, so it should automatically populate your token and whatnot.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's 0 plus 4. I'm like, why did it roll a 0? I'm like, it didn't. It just gave me a 0.
Yeah. Okay, and the initiative things.
Just click on the word initiative, Colin.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So, in descending order, King Reggie, you are up first. What would you care to do? Reminder, you get on your turn, you can move up to 1 zone away, and you can action.
You can also use your medal.
Yes, and you use your medal to do other things. So, top of the round, your metal would refresh. What are you doing, Reggie? Each of these things are, and I believe, guys. Oh, I've got, let's see, this hexes. Let me set it as zones. I thought I'd fix that. Oh, it won't let me. It's interesting. Oh, interesting. It will not let you put custom things in anymore.
Oh, custom.
Yeah, the custom scale. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I've got it down as units now, so each unit is a zone. So that'll tell you.
Okay.
Medium, long, extreme.
Okay.
Reggie, what are you doing?
I will. I am going to cast Monstrous Vigor
On whom?
on. Do I have an impression on who is more melee based between the two of you after traveling for a bit?
Oh,
Jorg.
Yeah.
yeah. He's an axe swinger.
Yeah.
York, then it is. Let's see here.
I think when you click on the spell, it should populate in the description as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. +0, I assume?
+0, correct.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
2 successes. You only needed 1. Oh, and you got 1 focus point as well. Can you get a third?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, difficulty is a 6. It's,
Difficulty
it's a
is
tough
6.
one. So to read that with a DN is it needs the difficulty is a 6, and the next number is how many successes you need. So if it said like 4:3, it's 3 successes at a difficulty of 4.
Oh, I see. That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough then, right? I'd have to get 6s.
You have to get. We only need to get 1 of them.
Yeah.
Yep. And then like it means that you've also got the extra successes, so you can extend the duration by 1 round or increase the dice pool bonus by 1. So Jorik's melee will increase by 1 step, and you'll gain +1 dice for body, athletics, or might tests. That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to extend it? You got 1 extra success there, Reggie. Do you want to extend it by 1 round, or do you want to make it a +2 dice?
I think round.
So for 2 rounds, you're benefiting from Monstrous Vigor, Jorik.
Okay.
So that was your action. You still have a move, and you have 2 metal. Metal gets back at the start of each round, so there is no reason to keep it.
Right. Let's see. I will. Interesting. I will take an extra action.
What would you like to do?
Let's see here. I am going to. And I can move in addition to the action. Is that right?
1 zone.
I'm going to move here.
Okay.
To the next zone.
Okay.
And then with my additional action, I am going to cast Arcane Bolt.
Very nice. So that'll be 1 of your metal. That'll be 1 of your.
Yep.
And then
okay.
Go ahead and cast the spell. Who are you targeting?
This guy right here.
Oh, okay. Yep. So it's at medium range.
Yeah. That's what it needs.
Yeah.
And here we go. Oh, see, I guess I should be thinking every time you roll, you should be thinking about that metal, right? If you want to like double your focus or that kind of thing.
Yep.
Oh yeah, let's do it. I'm going to spend my other metal on doubling my focus.
Okay. Go ahead. Cast your spell.
Let's do it. Okay.
Now, what does your arcane bolt look like?
I think it looks decayed. I think it looks kind of dark and, of the dead.
Okay. So did you cast the spell?
Not yet. I shouldn't fill in anything for that increased focus, should I? Should I change anything?
No, you just remember that you've got double your focus points.
Very good.
It's 2 successes, and you have 2 focus points. You could make 2 more of those successes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. That's 4 successes. So the target test was 1 damage. Each additional success increases damage by 1. Great. So that is 4 points of damage. And I think it ignores armor. Let me just double check that.
Okay.
Casting a spell. Okay, arcane bolt. Oh, maybe not.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay.
And then I think as I bring it into existence, part of it is in me demanding justice. As part of a verbal component of like, you stand in the way of a king. That kind of a.
Love it. All right, so that goes out, and that magic seems to affect it because this thing is mostly spiritual fire.
Hmm.
And it has no armor. So nice. All right. Look at this.
Nice.
Tears into that thing.
I think that's the end of my turn, right? That's what I got.
That's you got. Kalis, you refresh your metal, and then what are you doing?
Wow, that did a lot. That arcane bolt. Are we talking line of sight through all these trees in order to cast?
You don't need to worry about that. Just the
just the distance.
Yeah, the distance is the thing. So
okay. Well, she'll cast arcane bolt at that same one.
I think you just moved your token by accident.
Oops. Oops. There we go.
Here, let me just quickly.
He was there and I was there.
Yeah,
right.
I'm just going to adjust everyone's permissions here to
always measure token movement.
There we go.
Yeah, I was trying to measure. I wasn't trying to move my token.
No, and I normally remember to change permissions so that no one's accidentally moving. There we go.
Tokens.
Okay, everyone should have control over only their token now.
Okay, so I'm just going to cast a standard
medium long
arcane bolt.
Okay, so right now, one guy is at long range, so you would need at least 1 extra success to increase the range.
Okay.
Okay. 6 successes, though. Holy shit. Kalis. All right, so which enemy were you trying to shoot?
I didn't know it was going to do that much damage, so I was trying to hit the one that we'd already wounded.
Okay. So you only need, it's 2 zones away. So it's 1 extra success needs to go to damage. That's 5 total. So 1 needs to go for range. The rest can go to damage. Tell us what it looks like. First off, what does your Azir magic arcane bolt look like? And what does it look like as you shatter that thing?
It's not lightning per se, but it's got that kind of like sparky appearance, and it's like a silvery blue. So, and then she'll use her metal to cast Mystic Shield on Yorick.
Okay.
Give that a try.
2 successes, and your focus can make that 3.
Yeah, let's do that. Each additional success extends duration by 1 round, so 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
So 3 rounds. Your defense increases 1 step.
So Jorik, your melee and defense are both up by 1.
Okay.
Okay.
We're
What does
buffing
that
you
look
up.
like,
Do some
Kalis?
damage.
Oh, so your metal goes down by 1 because you spent your metal to do that. And what does it look like?
Can't click on my token. Okay, there we go. It is kind of a silvery blue, sharp, angular, like looks like a kite shield almost, just appears in front of you, and then it flows over your, kind of pretends to hover over your arm.
Okay, there is on their turn. Let's see. They howl out in frustration. The first. Let's see. There you go. Charge.
Da-da-da, da-da.
Okay. This one is going to charge down into Kalis. Because you were the one who's been casting spells thus far. That's 1 extra dice. What's your defense, Kalis? So it's average, right?
Good. Average. Yeah.
Average. Okay. And theirs is good. So I need a 3. Do 1 for charge. And on their body. Okay. Let's see. 3, 4. Okay, that is 5 points of damage as this thing comes down and tries to. You can see like a flaming version of what would be a free guild weapon that appears in this very briefly from that sort of strange, like living pyre. There's a person who seems to go forth, a long dead soldier. What's your armor? Is it 2?
Yeah.
So that would protect against that much. So you would take, what did I say, 5 minus 2. So 3 points of damage you would take totally to your toughness.
Yeah.
All right. And then Reggie, your defense is average as well?
It is average.
King Reggie. Average case, so that's a 3 I need for this. 2, okay. 3, 4, 5. You've no armor, right?
That is correct.
As it comes down, stabs into you, 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And nothing. There's no nothing to reduce that, right?
Nope.
Okay. So
Okay.
it goes against toughness, right?
Yes, you just reduce your toughness.
Okay.
Okay, and then this last one is, gosh, it can't even charge in, so it will. It will move. First move, then it'll use its action to maneuver. And it seems to form a strange kind of aperture with its body. And you can see there are like augmenting lines of fire that are trailing off in the direction of the 2 you're facing. They seem to be fighting even more fearsomely now that they have been augmented by this thing. Jorik, what are you doing?
I think I'll attack this thing that's doing the augmenting.
Okay. So it'll be a move to get over there.
Or attack the one that's attacking Kalis.
You do have 1 point of metal, so you'll be able to squeeze out a second action as well.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
I think I'll go to the defense of Kalis.
Okay. So we'll start with that. Your attack is currently one above great, right?
Yeah, so it's currently on superb.
Okay. It's DN2 you're looking for your attack.
Can I use that extra defense and power up my attack even more?
The thing is, once you get to a 2, you can't get any better than that.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. Question is, do you wish to do a single attack, or do you wish to do your double attack? These things do not seem to have an awful lot of armor.
Yeah, so that would be the double attack.
I would agree.
So target DN2.
Yeah. And then -3 for...
-3. Oh.
There we go. 2 successes. That is 3 points of damage. And it does seem... You're cutting through coldest fire.
He's got a focus that couldn't use.
Oh, yeah, focus. 2. Yeah, that's enough to make it 3 successes. So that would be 4 damage, which would be another extra one. It is still... You're cutting through these things. There is no armor, but they are incorporeal. They're spirits. So, yeah. You cut through 1. Second, your offhand. Do the exact same thing. Difficulty 2 -3. Oh, sorry, roll 2 extra dice because... No, that's only for might or athletics checks.
Might, yeah.
What's the extra damage 1 there? What's that for?
Just the weapon. It's a success +1.
Oh, okay.
And your focus points get bumped that up, so that'll be another 4. Get that.
Boom.
Hey, now you have your medal. What would you like to do with your medal?
I mean, I could attack again, I guess. I think I'll just do a single attack.
Yeah.
So that's no minus, yeah?
No minus, yeah, just a single. Just make your regular attack against DN2.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
Whoa! 6 damage. Why don't you tell us what it looks like? Is you should hack, and then do 1 solid strike and send this thing back to the depths of Shyish. Say hi to Nurgle.
He strikes through it, and it kind of does like a spinning kind of...
Love it. Now you still have your move. You have used your metal, so reduce your metal down to 0. And then you could do a move as well. If you want to move 1 zone.
Yeah,
towards King Reggie or towards that one that is kind of focusing.
I better go and try and help Reggie out there and try and draw this other one away from.
Okay. All right. King Reggie. Here, I'll reduce your metal for you. Refresh your metal.
All right.
And then what are you doing?
I am going to... I'm going to hit it with a bolt.
Okay.
Let me just check one thing. Yeah, Yorick isn't hurt, right? So, okay.
Yorick isn't hurt. You are, and Kalis is.
Kalis is... Is that close enough?
I'm good.
I'm going to hit it with a bolt. We'll go bolt.
Okay.
And here we go. I think bonus. Nope.
There you go. 3 successes. Can you get a 4th with... Yeah, you get a 4th out of that.
Let's do
Focus. Okay. So that is 4... That's 5 points of damage. And...
Nice.
You still have 2 metal. And a move.
I am going to spend a metal for an additional action,
Okay.
and I am going to cast Blood Feast. As you do,
Mhm.
I'm going to cast Blood Feast on this one right here. It's
Okay.
a medium range spell. And I will be looking to potentially heal Kalis with transferring nourishment.
Nice. Okay. Go
Here
right
we
ahead.
go. Is there, let me ask you, because since I have a metal left, is there a purpose for metal between turns? Would there be?
If you have to make a resistance check or something like that, you can increase your training or double your focus when you're doing that.
Yeah, because you can't defend yourself against attacks as per se, right?
No. No, I don't think so.
I was just wondering whether to keep a metal in reserve,
Yeah, it's really just for. Well, let me double check and see if you can use metal to interrupt turns. Like, I don't think you can, but
Yeah.
It has been a very long time since we played this, so.
Yeah.
The amount that I have forgotten is likely not insubstantial.
You can use it as an action in combat to defend a zone.
Oh, nice.
You know what? I'll point out too on the cheat sheet. It says a character recovers 1 metal at the start of their turn. 1.
Oh, that's right. It's only 1. Because
So
that's why you don't want to blow through them all.
anyway.
That's yeah. Sorry. So you.
No worries.
Yeah, you only would have recovered 1. That's right.
So you start with 2, but you only recover 1 per
Yeah,
turn.
because a lot of characters who have 2 metal, they end up sort of opening big and then sort of only having the 1 per session. Thank you for catching that.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, cool. Do you want to move, Reggie?
I don't think I'm going to move. No.
Okay. Kalis, you get 1 metal back. I remember because Robert's character always had 2 metal when everyone else had 1.
She's going to move into the zone.
Okay.
And then she's going to cast Healing Light.
Mm.
Choose a zone within medium range. Allies in that zone recover 1 toughness. Each additional success increases toughness recovered by 1.
Nice.
Very cool.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
That's
my.
rough.
I can only get 1 success with my focus.
Oh. Well, I mean, one's 1.
So allies in the zone recover 1 toughness.
Yep.
You needed to get to a 6, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you
And you
can't
only
get
have
it to there.
You can't get 1. Yeah.
Oh no, it's even 6s. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd only get a 4 is the highest you could get.
Oh, and hold up. There's something that happens when you fail a channeling check.
Oh.
See.
Is that channeling check?
For spellcasting? Yeah. Yeah, channeling is used for price of failure. Here we go.
Price of failure.
If you fail a channeling check, roll on the table below. The number of d6s rolled is equal to the difference in the complexity of the spell and the number of successes you got. Complexity is the second number, so it's only 1. Give us a 1d6 roll, please, Phyllis. God, Anna is losing her mind. She's definitely feeling better, guys.
That's good.
Okay, this is interesting. I assume this is the influence of Shayesh. The spell is cast, but it has the opposite effect of what is intended. Damaging spells heal toughness, bonuses become penalties, allies are affected instead of enemies, and so forth. The GM has the final say on the effect of the reverse spell. Everybody loses 1 toughness.
Okay.
As Kalis tries to cast something, and what it instead does is drain away your lifeness, drained into this burned chunk of the Caro wood.
Wow.
Kalis, you would have had 1 metal. Do you want to try casting again, or do something different?
Yes, she needs to summon her powers of Sigmar and right this terrible wrong that's just happened.
Okay, here it comes. Big money. surely cannot happen twice in a row. Kev, shut the fuck up.
I can get with a focus point. I can get a 6. So.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
good stuff.
Oh my gosh!
What? So everyone recovers one. You're back to
the one that you lost is replaced, and she's like, I've somewhat made amends.
Okay. This thing, it is going to spend its full turn sort of shifting the aperture and
What?
disgorging more. I'll mark the one that is the aperture with a skull mark here.
Okay.
And then these ones being kind of confused, I think will move. They're not engaged with anybody. They're just in your zone and move there. Jorik, regain 1 medal. And then what are you doing?
Can I get at that one that's doing the aperture thing?
Yep, it will be. You can move diagonal, so it'll be 1 moving into the zone and then engaging with it.
Okay, yeah, like
Okay.
that.
Well, you got to be in the same zone, so it keeps you up in the same box.
All right.
Remember, we're abstracting these things. We just need to know who's in what zone and who's connected to who.
Sound. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that baddie.
So, difficulty is going to be a 2 again because you are very jacked up right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the one big hit, I think.
Okay. Come on, here it comes. Big money. 6 successes. Holy shit. That's 7 damage. But the incorporeal nature of it. You have 1 medal. What would you like to do with that?
Have another go.
Please do.
Boom.
And your focus, get that to 6. The aperture is closed.
Thank goodness.
Okay. And you're down to 0 medal. King Reginald. Got 1 medal back, and what are you doing?
All right. I am going to... Let's get that medal on there. I am going to... I will step here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try the... I'm going to go with Arcane Bolt.
Okay. Against which one?
That's an excellent question. This one.
Flattery will get you another aperture. Is that one? That sounds great. Okay, so medium range?
Medium range.
Got it.
Here we
So
go.
just for your edification too, you can set up zones however you like. Like I've just chosen to use these big grids because it's the easiest thing to set up and be legible. But like you can set them up by like to be however big, however small, whatever makes sense. Terrain features may break them up. So go ahead and cast your spell, Ghoul.
Ooh, not bad.
Hey. Looks like you can squeeze 1 more out of that.
Yep, I'll do so.
So that'll be 5 points of damage. Now I'm going to check one thing, because I have a sneaking suspicion I'm fucking up. I think they may need to take a wound in order for you to defeat them.
Oh.
Yeah, because I've been treating it as soon as they lose all their toughness, they go down. But I actually can't remember if that's how that's supposed to work.
Does it matter, like, if they're minions or the next one up or whatever?
Precisely. Like, these guys, they would take wounds if they are champions. These are warriors. And, let's see here. You see here. In the melee section here. All right, toughness. Here we go. when these creatures are reduced to 0 toughness, they die. So we were doing it right. Just didn't remember. All right, so then, yeah, that ashen bolt strikes it once again, King Reginald. It is destroyed. You still have 1 medal if you'd like to use it, or are you saving up?
I think I should use it, is my sense.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Well, training is a total miracle. I am going to take an extra action. That is what makes sense.
Okay.
And in medium range. Additional. I will I will try the blood feast again. Only 1 in range is here. Here we go.
I don't think you used it last time. You considered, and then we realized with.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I fucked up the metal thing.
The metal situation.
But let's see. I'm interested to see how it works.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Target suffers 1 damage, which ignores armor, and each additional success. Can you get it to 3?
Nope.
No. Okay. So that is 2 damage, and Kayla. So what does Kayla see?
It says choose an ally in your zone.
Uh-oh.
Oh, in your zone. I made
a tactical mistake. Well, that's all right. I don't heal anyone, but it
still does damage.
But you can heal yourself.
Oh, really?
I think you can. I think that an ally can.
It's his ally. It's his ally, doesn't it?
No, but I think it's one of those things where an ally can include yourself. But let me just double check.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, really, it's more in his personality to heal himself anyway. I just didn't think it was possible.
Self-preservation. It's gotten you this.
He's a king, for God's sake. He's a king.
Okay.
He sees himself as a king.
You know?
He's not a spike pit.
It seems weird that you wouldn't nourish yourself with something like that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just curious if there's anything that says you or an ally.
Oh yeah.
Because I think if it says you, so it says for instance, one spell here says choose an ally bracket including yourself. This is Blood Feast. I wonder. I cut and pasted the language directly from the book, so maybe.
Blood Feast is from a book that's not the core rule book.
No, it's the madness spells are out of the death book.
Oh, cool.
Ghouls are running out of there.
Nice.
No, it is an ally. Yeah, so it's a support spell for an ally. So that's the thing. So unfortunately, you can't use it on yourself.
Yeah, just damage then, maybe? Or I don't know.
Yeah, just damage. So it's 2 point, and it ignores armor. So that's not nothing.
Fair enough.
Okay. King Reginald, you are done. Kalis.
I am.
1 medal. What are you doing?
Arcane Bolt at the one in front of me.
Okay. In the same zone, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Within medium range, yeah.
It is. Oh, yeah. Short range, in fact. Nice. That looks like that's 4 successes. So that is sufficient. Oops. To send that thing screaming back as well.
Nice.
And since the Arcane Bolts have a lower DN than most of the other spells, I'm going to cast it again on the other one.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's a flash of brilliant light as one goes away.
Oh, no. I only get 1 success because of my focus point. Thank you.
Oh, you are able to get 1 success out of it.
Whew.
Yes, thank goodness. No more. Okay. And so suffers 1 point of damage. All right. Do you want to move, Kalis?
No, I'll stay where I'm at.
This thing is going to shift over here and become an aperture. Trying to bring more of its kind in.
Need to stop rolling like garbage.
Doric?
Can I charge after that thing?
So you could use first you get your metal back. So you get 1 point of metal. Then you could use your move to move one zone over. And then charge allows you to move one zone and attack. And you get +1 to your, I think it's +1 dice when you charge. So when you do a melee attack, you have +1.
So do I need to spend a metal then to do that?
No, because you haven't taken your action yet.
Okay.
You can always move one zone that's moving within medium range, and then a charge is the action you're taking, which allows you to both charge. It lowers your defense by 1 round, by 1 step.
But this is your last round with +3 to your defense or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
From that spell.
And then charge.
Let's get into this guy.
Where is it here? Charge. +1. So when you're, are you doing one attack or multiple attacks?
I'm gonna do one biggie.
One big one. You'll get +1. Remember, don't put the plus side in. Just put a 1 in the melee bonus, and it's against a DN of 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Ooh. 7, 8 damage. Why don't you tell us what it looks like as you shut that aperture?
I think he just comes flying out with his axe, and it just he's gone. You know, he just spins apart.
Then I believe at the end of combat, I think everyone recovers their toughness.
Because we're tough.
Because you are tough.
It wouldn't be toughness then, it would be weakness if we didn't.
So when you take a breather, you spend 10 minutes resting and recuperating. You sit and recover from a previous battle, take a drink, have some food. When you're finished resting, your toughness returns to its maximum.
Oh, there you go.
Boom.
Okay.
Here comes the wine.
What do you guys make of what has happened? You can restore your metal as well. Metal only applies during combat, but...
Yeah, so much for the enemy of our enemy being our friend, huh?
Yes,
Yes.
Give us an Arcana check, please, Kalis.
There's something about this place that doesn't sit right. I struggled with my magic. DN 4?
Yes, 4, please. Oh. You can't make heads or tails out of what the hell's... Why they attacked you, why they were... I mean, there's undead who are mindless and whatnot.
I have Arcana as well. I don't know if, should we just roll
if you're trained in Arcana, go ahead and give us an Arcana check, sir.
Yep.
Nice. If these things died the way they did, well, let me back up. These things seem absolutely mindless in their fury, and that can happen with deaths, but particularly when there is a reason to be aggrieved. The general of the Free Guild's army that attacked, she may not have informed her army of what she intended.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there may be an entire army that spent years serving by her side, fighting Xaratas the Tyrant, defeating his empire, waging a siege that lasted for years, only for her to murder all of them with this devastating fire thing. Unsurprisingly, in a place like Shyish, that does not, that kind of resentment will persist. So let's talk about how you guys, assuming you do not wish to face more of these things.
Yep.
What would you care to do to avoid them and reach There. Now, you can just have everyone make stealth checks, but if you have other ways to try and assist in this extended test, I'm happy to have you guys try and do something different. And I guess, how are you intending on approaching the Ashen Necropolis? You could walk right up to the front door,
There was
the
talk
spine
of,
gate.
There was talk of flying in there with this ethereal host born aloft.
It's a good idea. Good state of the air and see if that'll can assist with even the spirits. I don't know.
Okay.
See, first avoiding them. Can we use anything to like detect them from a distance? Like,
What are you thinking?
Well, because I've got this witch sight, which allows me to see the tendrils of magic and stuff, and I'm wondering if that would allow me to detect them far enough away that we could get around them, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd buy that. So you guys know how this extended test works. Basically, the outcome of this will tell us how many encounters we're rolling on the way in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's from the Ruins of the Past source book. Which is actually where I should have said we haven't got into the Ashen Necropolis, but the Ashen Necropolis is one of the locations from the source book.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. You were thinking what, Arcana?
Or is that
awareness?
Is that channeling or Arcana or?
Channeling would be the actual working of a spell, so it's probably not that, but maybe awareness. I can't remember if that's they call it perception or awareness in this game. It alternates at this time between the C7 games.
Awareness?
Awareness in this game. Yep. So give us an awareness check, please. I'll tell you what the DN. DN will be, I think, a 4. Can't see any modifiers one way or the other. All right. So you got 2 successes. Yorick and King Reginald. What are you guys thinking? What do you want to do to try and make it a safer approach to the Ashen Necropolis?
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, didn't you roll? Oh, that's Reggie you rolled. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like you're talking about successes. I'm like,
it's the exact same outcome.
Okay, it is. Look at that.
What I said before. That applies.
Just like you said. Just like you said. All right.
Sorry, Dave, I saw the Arcana.
I'm hovering over the button and you're like, 2 successes. And I'm like, what?
It's been a long day.
Could I possibly use spectral host in the way of moving us across more quickly?
I don't think so. Not for the purpose of this one. No.
All right.
I mean, you could use it narratively speaking, but it wouldn't be a channeling roll you're making. It would be some other. It would be stealth, or it would be because it's the fact that you're trying to use that to remain hidden. That's the consequential thing. So that's going to inform what stealth. How are you with stealth?
I think I'm average.
Okay.
I am 3. I am no training. No training.
This game, you can use anything untrained. Soulbound is very empowered.
That's good.
So, do you want to try that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, DN4, please.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll let it be DN3, actually, because you're using that spell.
Okay, that'd be great.
I think they would not expect you coming from above. Only 1 success. You guys are a total of 3 right now. At present, we're rolling 3 times on the encounter table.
Oh, we need Yorick to do some magic.
Yorick, what are you thinking?
Yeah. He's got quite good reflexes. I'm wondering if...
It's more of a reactive, like determination, reflexes, and... That's the other one. And fortitude. Those are kind of like the saves, the skills that are reflexive ones.
What are you thinking? He couldn't react to something that they were doing. No, there's not like they're... Well, it would be stealth other than that, I guess. I mean...
You probably got a decent body.
if you've got a way of maybe using your abilities or any of your gear or whatnot, like with Reggie did with the spells, I'm happy to apply. You can get what's called advantage or disadvantage, and all that does is it bumps the difficulty numbers up by 1 or 2, or up or down.
Yeah, I think it's just skulking around is a little bit outside of his wheelhouse, really.
Yeah.
Subtlety and subterfuge and.
His body's quite good, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, he can try and be stealthy. Just take the lead of. I guess he's following up in Reginald's wake. You know, he's trying to follow his lead.
So go ahead and give us a stealth check then.
You said what was it, dear?
4, please.
Okay.
But 1 is enough to bump it down to 2 rolls on the encounter table. Or did you not roll? Oh, you haven't rolled yet.
Oh.
Okay, I saw the stealth that's there. Sorry.
2.
2. Okay. 2.
There you go.
Exact same outcome. It is 2 rolls on the encounter. But let's see what is in here. So let's start with... Davis, your session. Will you roll once? Give us a 2d6 roll, please.
66.
40. Okay. 3. So this is as you're making your way through here. And who has the highest awareness bonus?
I have training of 1.
I have a total of 4.
Okay.
So it's all 4 mind.
4 mind, okay. I think there is a passive awareness score in this game too. It's...
Really?
Where is it?
Okay, I'm gonna go 1.
There's a natural awareness. Oh, that's in the
Natural awareness is what the one. It's the same thing as passive. So, what is yours?
It's just on his mind, which is a 1, I guess.
Oh, okay, 1, and then Reginald, your natural awareness is a 2. What is your natural awareness, Kalis?
It would be 4 because I'm.
No, 2. It's half of the total. So you and Reginald are both the thing. So I think as you're sneaking along, this is when you're starting to see the haze clear and the ashen necropolis is ahead of you. Reginald, you've landed from one of your, spirit spells, and then both of you hear the sound of clip, clop, clip, clop. There's a horse somehow moving through the mist towards you. Clip, clop, clip, clop. You both look at one another for a moment. Clip, clop, clip. And what rolls out? A skeletal horse trots by, saddled, but without a rider. Clip, clop. If you choose to do anything to stop it or impose yourself, you can try that. Otherwise,
beast handling, or is that arcana because it's a non-magical or non-natural creature?
Beast handling would work if you've got that skill so rarely comes up that go to. I think let's make the difficulty a 5 just because it is an undead one. But go ahead and give us a chunk.
Oh.
So what do we see as this skeletal horse comes up to you and you bring it to a stop?
I think she just stands in front of it and it kind of looks up, and then they have like a little, not quite staring contest, but like checking each other out thing for a second. And, she's not looking to do it any harm. So maybe it's like, okay, well, you're better than the last people I saw.
Yeah.
So
you have a horse. It is an undead horse, but it is a horse. And I believe it means it's fast, which means it can move 2 zones if you choose to mount up.
Does anybody want to ride the horse? The Stormcast Eternal's like, this seems kind of cool.
You may ride the horse, Kalis.
She mounts the horse.
Okay. You slide up. And this thing, so you have a undead mount. Colin, would you give us a 2d6 roll, please?
So, like you said earlier, not all random encounters are combat and or bat.
No, it's a thing I think is so cool about, like, and there's so many of these tables that are specific to the locations for every one of these products. It really makes for some fun emergent play. Ah. So, Jorik, you are now walking forward. Reginald's using his spell to help you sneak forward. You were likewise sneaking forward. You land and sort of like scramble behind a tree because you think you can see one of those like Saint Elmo's fire spirits kind of moving in the direction to your right. And as you step, you can hear the sort of rattle of something. And looking down, what you see is an exposed pit full of ancient and corroded coins. Each of the realms has its own way of sort of, providing generally like realm-specific items or coinage. One of the sort of universal ones is something called Aqua Giranus that the living use. Aqua Giranus is water from the realm of life, and you can actually consume it to restore toughness. You can also heal wounds and things like that with it. These are coins, though, so these must be incredibly fucking old. And the way that they're spilled out, it looks as if something had buried them and then it's been exposed. They likely have absolutely no meaningful value. But there's an entire pit of buried coins that you've come across.
Is it a trap of some kind?
I'll call Reginald. King Reginald, what do you make of this? It's coins. Do you recognize these?
I'll take a look.
They are very, very corroded and stuck together. They're also scorched. It looks like the blast of whatever scorched the ashen necropolis may have exposed this buried thing. King Reginald, would you care to tell us what the look on your face is when you turn the coin over and see your profile looking back?
It's my treasure. My eyes go wide.
And like Jorik, if anybody knows the value of metal, it's a Dwarden. This isn't even worth slagging down. It's so fucking pitted and corroded and damaged. Like, there's no value to this whatsoever. But the way he's looking at it, it's as if this is the most treasured of anything to be found in the Mortal Realms.
It's part of my lineage, and I'll caress it. And I'll even take a little nibble. Yeah.
So ensure the coins are still good?
Yeah, that, and I just tend to eat things. It's kind of a...
Fair enough.
Going in the belly.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah. So you coin. Yeah, it is that. Apart from this, what do you wish to do with this pit full of formerly buried, now corroded coins?
I mean, I'd like to take some.
Okay. You certainly can do so.
Yeah, I'll put some in my pack.
Okay. While you...
And I say to Yorick with a look of grave seriousness, you may have some as I pack some of mine away.
I'll be like, oh, you're too kind. No, just let me assist you with that. Let me just, I'll help you with that. You're good. Thank you. Your generosity is...
Think nothing of it. We are companions now.
Indeed.
So, with that, and with Kalis astride on her cadaver charger, I guess. Well, it's not a cadaver; it's skeletal. So, Bone Charger. Although Bone Charger does sound like it's got a sexual connotation. So
It's okay. We'll be demonetized in the last hour. It's not as bad.
yeah, really. I mean, none of this is marked for children anyway. So
There you go.
okay, let's put this on the old map later. The reason I'm doing this, incidentally, because I don't want to have to fix your fucking tokens again. So this is why, instead of going to different pages, I just keep putting the same thing down here.
I was thinking a bone charger would be where you charge your bone.
Oh yeah, it could be like among the
When it's about to go flat, you know.
Bone Lords. You know, my bone cell phone seems to be down right now. Do you mind if I use the bone charger?
Right.
You always leave it behind in a hotel when you leave.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right.
God damn it! I got to buy these things in bulk.
We've got my bone charger again.
What does it feel like in particular for Reginald? And from where you are, you can imagine out over the hazy mist and perhaps smoke-so-covered charred part of the Caro Wood. You can see all these hundreds of St. Elmo's fires still burning out there. Furious, dead Free Guild warriors betrayed by their general. How does it feel for you, though, Reginald, being at the foot of Xaratas' fortress again?
I think he takes a knee and rubbing a coin between his fingers, and looks in great reverie.
How much has this fortress's lord taken from you?
And he's thought of it for so long, like so many years, and here it is before him, and yet, his nemesis is beyond reach, or probably beyond reach.
I will tell you, because both you and Kalis have a high enough natural awareness, there is the sound of people moving within this structure. It is not a tomb. There's people working. There's the sound of tools at work, the horrific things that the Ocean bonesmiths use. But yeah, there's people active. This is not an abandoned fortress.
A question for you, Reginald, if you would indulge.
Yeah, his head's jerked up at the sound of movement anyway. Says, yes, Kalis?
How much of your identity is tied up in vengeance upon this vile tyrant, that if you finally get what you're looking for, how much will be left? And what if you can't get what you're looking for? What if you find it beyond your reach?
Well, ever since I received word that he'd been vanquished, I've had to face the being robbed all over again. First of my kingdom, and then of the vengeful purpose. Guess I'll have to cross that when I come to it. I don't have an answer for you.
Well, perhaps we will help you find Xaratas, and if he does breathe or still linger, as indicated by those ghosts, perhaps you might still find your vengeance yet.
Indeed. Feasting on his corpse would be satisfying.
You might have to gnaw on a bone, but that's okay.
So knowing that there are
Peoples.
Beings within these walls that seem active, how does that change your strategy for going in at all?
Flying up might not be our most discreet way. Are there any other ways in aside from the front gates of skulls and
spinal gate.
The spinal gate of Castle Grayskull? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly
why
what
Will
I was-
likes this game so much, because it's so much like Masters of the Universe, the setting.
Yep.
You would have escaped through one of those winding tunnels in and around like C1 and dropped off. So there may be a way up the side, assuming in the hundreds of years since he escaped that it has not been sealed once again. It was under siege for a number of years, so there's potential, but you could potentially look up the side. That's not something that can be done in one spell, though. It would require more actual clambering up, although you guys certainly are capable of attempting that. What are you guys thinking? Caleb, did you keep your disguise at all?
I did not.
Okay. Does not sound like it's fully occupied. If you wish to reconnoiter somewhere, like, say, the Spinal Gate, you can give us a stealth check, if you'd like.
Who wants to go stealthing up there?
Let's see who's the best at it. I'm just a simple 3.
I'm a 3.
No training.
I'll take a look up there.
Okay.
Okay. Go
And
ahead.
if it gets messy, I can just start cutting into them.
Okay. Difficulty would be a 4, please.
Hold on. Oh, there it is.
And no modifier. 2 successes is all you need. That's where your natural awareness comes in. That becomes the target number for what you're trying to beat when you're sneaking. Let me double. I think that is good enough. Let me double check. They are. I'm looking, Anna. You guys can't hear her barking. She's yelling at me again. Always so bossy. Okay. OC arc. It's vampires. It's flesh. Here we go. All right, the... Sick. So, of the core book, I love they got a bestiary they released for this, and it's a fucking great book, but they didn't repeat anything that's in the core book, which is both good in the sense you're getting all new content. It's also frustrating because you're like, oh fuck, that thing's actually in core book.
Yeah.
That is enough. Their natural awareness is 2. What you find is there are 10 dormant Mortec guards standing there, utterly immobile, and they look like they have seen better days. You would know Mortec guards are not a particularly, they are a threat in enormous numbers. They are not a particular threat on a one-on-one basis. There are 10 Mortec guards sort of lined up there. They are not moving. They appear as bone-constructed statues, but you would know from experience with the forces of death that this means that is probably them in their resting position.
Can I see if I kind of look back towards where I came from, can I see my companions? Can I still see them?
Are you thinking of like trying to message them or like?
Yeah, to sort of maybe try and give them some kind of hand signals.
I think Reginald could have, like, for instance, if he wanted to make sure you were keeping an eye, Reginald could have gone up on a tree, perhaps, or somewhere near the side to make sure he's got an angle to you. Kalis on her, bone charger is the thing that is the most conspicuous. So if you wanted to have like you, then Reggie, then King Reggie, and then you could make a message, maybe a gesture back to King Reggie?
Yeah. I think I'll maybe try and do like a hand signal for 5 twice.
Okay.
And some sort of guard, sort of,
Yeah.
standing up at attention kind of
Okay.
thing that makes sense in
Sure. Like I think
Yorik's head, but possibly not in anybody else's.
Well, I mean, like
He thinks he's doing a great
Reginald
job.
King Reginald has another veil of interpretation that he's seeing things through as well. But I think that he's not stupid. So if he's gesturing, there's 10 guards there. King Reggie, do you wish to forward that information back to Kalis?
Yes, indeed. I will.
Okay.
I will take it back.
So, 10 guards.
Well, I mean, we were concerned that if we came over the wall magically, it would not be particularly surreptitious, but fighting the guards, neither will be.
No.
So,
Jork, are you coming back to rejoin them? Or you don't need to make a stealth check again, but or are you keeping watch to see if anything happens?
Yeah, I'm just going to hold my position there just to sort of see.
Okay. 10 seems low, Reginald. When this place was active, like, look at the size of it. You would have dozens of troops that would be around and available and watching from mounted positions and stuff. Like, there's none of that right now. There are people that are in there, but if this place is occupied, it is incredibly understaffed.
Kalis is like 10, huh? What if you sneak up to where Yorick is, and I'll just take the stairs as stealthily as I can after you? So if they come rushing out, maybe we can get the 10 guards between us.
and we prefer this to flying over the wall.
I'm not one for flying.
All right.
I'm in this giant metal apparatus that doesn't do well if dropped from heights.
I just had pictured my glorious return coming from the sky.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be more
Wow.
opportunities for you to fly up in the air and announce your victory.
Indeed.
Speaking of up in
Indeed.
the air, you guys can hear a screech from on high.
That's cool.
You guys ever heard the phrase Chekhov's Terrorgeist?
Oh, the Terrorgeist that we saw earlier in the story?
It's a different Terrorgeist, but it is most certainly a Terrorgeist. And there's one circling way above. There's no chance it sees you right now, but it seems to have taken up residence in that Valerie.
In B2?
C2, actually.
C2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Workshops are down here.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah.
they're doing. The winding tunnels are here, and then way at the top is where this thing seems to have roosted.
Okay.
Yeah, you said about that
Yeah.
before.
So what say you? Signal Yorick to stay and we'll meet him up there?
All right.
Okay. What are you doing with your bone charger?
She'll dismount and, pat it on the head and just put the reins over its shoulder and let it do what it wants.
Okay. If you let it go, then it turns and kind of disappears into the haze, and it goes elsewhere. It no doubt has been circling the Carolwood for, decades, if not centuries.
Yeah.
I mean, decades, because it would have been centuries. So with you guys approaching, guys, unfortunately, we leave with you guys reaching the gates of the Ashen Necropolis and the location of the tomb of Xaratas. So, Dave, this was your first time playing Soulbound. I wasted an awful lot of time with some framing in this thing. But what do you think of the game?
Functionally, it was kind of fun. It's interesting to see that how the training and focus worked, because when we first described how the checks would work, I was like, focus and an extra, but now I understand that like it's against the target number and that extra bonus, which is good because it came in handy a couple of times. The spell casting is interesting in that it's much more, you can do it more as much as you want, but it's also challenging to, like, even the healing light, I had to roll a 6. I only needed 1, but I needed to get a 6 to get, and that's tough to do even with like 5 or 6 d6. It's not always, it's not a guarantee, right? So it's not like in 5e or 5.5 where you crack off a healing spell and it's a guaranteed result of some kind. There's still a challenge in casting spells, and so it's kind of cool. I liked it. I'd play this again.
Colin, this is the first time playing Soulbound with a full-powered character. How did he compare to your Ulfenkarn characters?
Oh yeah, I mean he's only just sort of he hasn't really got into his stride there yet, has he? But you can tell some big hits there without any trouble at all. Especially with those buffs on him. But I don't even. I could have got higher. I kind of maxed out on the DN2, didn't I? I feel like he could have gone more. So I guess if he was against a trickier foe, then
I think a cold shot might have been the. I can't remember if cold shot just adjusts your amount of dice you roll. Cold shots are like they are in Wrath and Glory, where they're sort of abstracted. So where is it here? It just means like the. No. So the target's defense increases the number of steps determined by hit location. So if you want to hit him in the head, in addition to the damage, it increases the defense by 2 steps. Then they're stunned. So if their defense is jacked up, that's where it's worth actually getting those extra bonuses.
Right.
Arms are by 1 step. Legs are by 1 step. Legs knock prone. Arms drops the item they're carrying. So you could have been making more. I mean, with these spirits, that's not really much you can do there.
But
that's just mechanically. That's one of the ways you could take advantage of having such a high step in your melee is by making the difficulty harder to try and hit them. But
so like you could take their legs out and knock them down, and then someone else makes it a little bit easier, perhaps, for someone else to get a hit on them and stuff like that. So
Sean, how much Soulbound have you played before?
Just with you, I think. It was probably, 2 sessions, 3 sessions years ago.
Okay. Yeah, because and that was also just a pickup thing. I think we didn't create characters with it, and you didn't create a character, I guess, today either. But what did you feel? You were the one playing probably the most unconventional character.
Yeah, it was fun. I got in a little, along with the old world this morning, this overall system. It was good. It was good to get a bit of an extended taste. I like it. Yeah, it's interesting playing particularly high-end characters in the setting. And we played in Brightspear. It was at least one set. Yeah, I'm going to say now that I'm thinking about it, because those Brightspear maps were very familiar. Yeah, and we went in and we I think we investigated the catacombs or something underground, or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, that sounds right, because there was there's the adventure out of the starter set is involved in.
I think that's what we did. So probably a few sessions, and it was good. Yeah, there's a lot of good material for this game too. It's really well supported.
Lots of options for customizing your character too. Like there's some really neat talents. There's some these are starting characters as well. Like I didn't advance you guys whatsoever. This is what you get as a fresh out of the box character.
Cool.
Too. So
that's good, because there's lots of interesting abilities right out of the box then. Because in 5e you almost got to get to 3rd level be like you start with a couple of cool stuff, but you almost get to third level to have this many options to choose from.
Yeah, and it's interesting how you really can bring the character in whatever direction you kind of want afterwards too. There's an archetype you sort of can start with. You can build a custom character, but an archetype is the sort of the assumed way you're going to play. But once you got that built, you can kind of go wherever you want with it. So it's neat that if you want to, I don't know, you guys are spellcasters already, but like if Jorek wanted to end up becoming a priest of Grimnir or Grungni, that's something you can pick up the blessed ability. Or I don't think you can have blessed and spellcasting, which is why like you guys would be out for that stuff. But yeah, cool. I will say from the GM side, the only thing that I'm not as crazy about with this game is the monsters don't really get fairly unique until you get to more challenging adversaries. The minions are very interchangeable as far as what their abilities are. So and the gate thing, that aperture thing, is something I made up for it. It was not. I wanted to have something interesting that you would be fighting over rather than but you guys were chewing through those things pretty quick, and I didn't want to just keep adding things for the sake of the combat continuing.
Fodder's fodder.
Was that?
Fodder's fodder.
Fodder's fodder, exactly. And also,
minions are useless. Just throw them in there, and yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted you to have a taste of what the combat could look like too, Dave. So you get a chance to sling some spells and stuff. So awesome. Well, guys, Dave, thank you so much for selecting this. It was a lot of fun getting back to writing
thanks for playing it, and thanks for joining me, guys. I was a little nervous at first because it was just me on the list, and I'm like, "Chad, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry, we always get people sign up later." I'm like, "All right,
absolutely, yeah." When you're close to the date, everyone, things change up. So excellent. Well, thank you. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our return to Soulbound and the Mortal Realms and our trip to the tomb of Xaratas. Is this the last time we've seen these heroes? I don't know. We'll have to see. But as is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the adventure we played, again, the location that we played and many of the tables that I made use of, those tables for like the market stalls and stuff like that, that's all out of Ulfenkarn, City at the Edge of Death supplement, and the travel rules for traveling in the location and the random encounters and the location of the Ashen Necropolis, all out of Ruins of the Past. One of my favorite supplements, actually, for this. There's a ton of really cool settings out of that one, including the Ashen Necropolis, each in a different location. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only is there, do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs, including, I don't know, Dave, do you have something on hand that's hard to find and Warhammer-related?
Warhammer? Oh, I might have this. Try this again.
Oh, yeah, Deathwatch. Let's say you want to get a hold of the Deathwatch core rulebook. They may have that in their extensive catalog. If it is not in stock, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code Summer Nights with a K, all one word, all caps. It's listed down below. That'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more through the website, and it's good until June 30th, 2026, after which it'll change and we'll have a new discount code. So if you're listening to this after that time, come back to one of our more recent videos. You'll see what the discount code is listed there. The last thing I will say is, once again, a huge thank you to Dave and Colin and Sean for playing today. Thank you so much for joining me back in the Mortal Realms and doing such a good job of bringing these characters to life, guys. We'll be back with more Warhammer, I am certain, sooner rather than later. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes in the mortal realms are encountering. Well, you guys didn't spend any soulfire either. I should have done a harder encounter.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you wouldn't have had access to it anyway, Kalis, but the Stormcast Eternals have many awesome powers. Access to Sigmar's further glory is not one of those things. But we'll be back. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.